It feels I feel at home again. I feel like my weekend routines, like my week is back to normal. Like every fortnight, you're back in the grind. You're back on the podcast. Okay.
Yeah, whenever we whenever we have the breaks and like that extra week passes, I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Where's the app? When are we recording? Where's the pod? What's happening? I think a lot of people have asked for that too. So, hey man, if they start making us more money, we make this podcast more regular. You know what I'm saying? That's that's the mantra for the GGP podcast. Pty Ltd. .co .limited .biz .co .jp. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I mean, what better way to start the episode than that? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Good, Great, Perfect podcast, episode 107, the first episode of 2024. We're here.
The people have been waiting.
They have been waiting for a long time, and now we're back on our grind. We're back on the podcast ting. You got the usual suspects. You know, you got the squad. You guys know who we are by now. We got Flame, Knight, and Todd joining myself today to chat some treasure cruise, chat some life, chat everything. But you know, I'm looking forward to El Chato with El Chato. You know what I'm saying? How's he doing? I hope he's doing all right in the streets. You know, but. I mean, there's a lot to kind of go through. We've kind of broken it up into like chatting a little bit about November, a little bit about December, and then obviously, as most people are here, they'll be here to hear our thoughts and opinions on the New Year celebration units, which is probably the big crux of the end of 2023, pushing into 2024. But before we get started with all that kind of stuff, I just want to do a little check-in with the gang, with the man-dem, you know? Flame, let me know, how was your holiday break? How was your New Year's? What'd you get up to? How you been? What's happening?
So I'm probably gonna have the worst one of these. So my holiday break sucked.
Oh no!
Because my uncle came to our Christmas Eve party with the flu.
Oh.
And he gave my whole family the flu.
Oh
and
no!
Yeah, I was sick. I was sick until like the second or third. I had to call out a few days of work, so I missed a couple of days of pay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty lame.
That's horrible.
But other than that, been on my grind.
Love that.
Focusing more on my health, my diet, my workout this year.
Good, man. Health as well.
I've been very strict with that stuff. And I'm just getting ready for Final Fantasy next month.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna figure that one out, man.
Man made this whole ass speech about health as wealth, and the reason his health is wealth is because he's gonna sit in his room for the next 30 days playing fucking Final Fantasy, man. God damn it.
It makes sense though. You got to be prepared for it. It's a big release.
Yeah, man. It's serious.
I got to figure that one out because it's only going to be releasing on PlayStation 5 and I haven't got my PS5.
Man,
so...
go source a PS5, dude.
I don't know. I might have to ask my family if they can
send it over.
Oh shit!
Yeah. That might
offer up.
Yeah, that might be the play. That might be the play, dude. Might is still one. I don't know. Pull up to some kid's house in the neighborhood. Boop, it's mine now. Merry Christmas.
Wait, when are you coming back?
Well, I'll be here for quite a while.
Oh shit!
Which I guess perfect segue. Todd, how was your holiday period? How was your New Year's? What'd you get up to? How was everything going? Give us an update on married life. You know, all that stuff.
Yeah. So during this little break period between the last GGP episode, Carissa and I did get married.
Well, yeah.
Carissa says hi, by the way.
Hello.
She's in the other room. She's playing Power World.
Oh, Power World. Yeah, nice. Power World.
Yeah, but yeah, we got married, and then that allowed us to do the spousal visa.
Yep.
So we've sent in, or we've our attorney has sent in everything.
Love that.
So now we got to wait like 7, 8, 9, 10 months to see if it gets approved.
Right. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Visas suck.
No.
During that whole period, I have to stay here. I'm not allowed to leave the country.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That sucks.
So,
I mean, not like that sense, but like you're like it's good but
it's
bad.
kind of crazy because like
Yeah.
I wasn't anticipating this actually occurring.
No.
because after I proposed to Carissa, and then we got in contact with an attorney, and then we had a meeting, an online meeting, and
Mhm.
she was like, "Oh, so you're in the country right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm currently here." And she's like, "Oh, well, you guys can just go get married. And we only just got engaged like a month prior,
ago,
if
yeah, a
that."
month ago.
And then she's like, "Oh,
yeah.
you guys can just go get married and then just go get your visa and then do the spousal visa because it's a shorter time frame compared to a fiance visa."
Sure, okay.
And I was like,
Right.
"Holy shit!" Like that was a lot to digest, and was like umming and ahhing about whether or
Yeah.
not we were going to do it. And we bit the bullet and decided to do it because basically, if we did the spousal visa where we got married, it would take 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever months.
Mm.
If we went the fiance visa route, it would take over 2 years.
What?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So that was what our attorney was basically telling us. It was like, yeah, you can do it that way, or you do it this way, which it's a bit rushed, but
yeah, what
you'll
the
get it done sooner.
I mean, like, that's ballistic. Like, what the
Right.
hell? Oh my god.
So I wasn't anticipating
No.
like staying here for this long of a time.
Right,
So
right.
I didn't really pack like I was staying
Yeah,
here,
exactly. Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
only brought like bare minimal stuff. So, been having to organize everything and
Yeah.
do a bit more extra shopping than I would normally, do because I need like more clothes.
Absolutely.
Carissa
Absolutely.
was great for during Christmas, getting me some cool stuff for my setup, which was
Nice,
awesome.
nice. I see you guys redid the room there as well. Or just a
Yeah,
little bit at
Carissa
least.
been wanting to do it for a while, so we one of the cats was sick and we had to take it to the vet one morning.
Mm.
And while the cat was at the vet, we had to leave it there and we went to go get breakfast and Carissa said that, "Oh, there's a Home Depot nearby, let's go pick up some paint." So we picked up some paint.
Nice.
We painted the whole room and then we
Yeah.
went back and picked up the cat and all that. So
Dope.
yeah, it was a pretty annoying night, but it was all right. It was done pretty good and rearranged the room, cleaned some stuff up, and yeah, making it feel a bit more homey, I guess.
Are you gonna get much of your? Because I mean, obviously you joked about the PS5, but in all seriousness, are you gonna get much of your kit from Australia sent over to you at this point, or what?
I'm not too sure. I mean, like, because my setup that I had back at home in terms of the way I was living, I was like in like a separate like flat.
Yeah.
Out in the on the block of land where my family lives.
Mhm.
So like all of my stuff is like in a pretty safe, secure location,
sure.
and it's really out of the way, and there's in no way can anything get lost. So I'm not too concerned about that. But I suppose if there's anything I need, I'll just need them to send it over at some point.
Yeah, absolutely right. Awesome.
Yeah. But we're organizing. So we got married and stuff. It was a very minor kind of ceremony.
Yeah.
And then we're having like a big normal like wedding ceremony, and we're thinking September this year. So a bunch of my
exciting.
family are coming
Nice.
over, and yeah, we'll have some cool photos to share online and stuff.
That's all right. I'll just wait for the one in Australia to pull up to the wedding.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't stress. Thanks. I just invite myself casually.
Yeah. So if any of you guys are willing to come over, you guys are more than welcome.
I'm
to
down.
during the-
I'm gonna give it a
during the
buck.
wedding.
I'll pull up. I'll bring Flamin' Night. I'll bring Flamin' Night with me. We'll pull up. No, but that's awesome. That's really, really good. And happy days there. Kind of is one of those moments where it's like, it's an opportunity presents itself. You take it, right? Like it's there. It's something different you weren't prepared for, but you say, let's run it and see what happens. So I think it's a really good mentality for sure. Night, how was your break? How was your New Year's? How'd everything go?
Yeah, and then Knight got married to Flame.
Oh, whoa! Congrats!
Whoa.
Way!
That was Night and Flame, baby.
Night and Flame, baby.
Wow.
Let's go! Congrats, guys! That's awesome.
Hey,
No problem. We gotta keep the
Get on the low ski though. You know what I mean?
group
Like that-
together. Yeah.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
course.
Keep the
Yeah.
man them together. I'm just bummed. I'm here. I'll marry Stump. That's fine. Me and Stump. can get
No, I
married.
was just happy because Flame got the gums out.
Hey, yo!
Hey.
It's the first episode back. What are we doing?
They're already out of pocket.
We're already at it. We're
crazy.
9.5 minutes in. It's already over. Year's done. Year's already done.
New
you
Year,
gotta
same
reset.
pocket.
It's a New Year's,
it.
same pocket. That's a good ep title. I'm gonna write that down. Anyway, Night, how was your holiday period?
Oh yeah, it was all right. Just like usual stuff. Just went to like see some friends and family,
Mhm.
and then pretty much just chilled out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah, happy days.
Yeah.
Yours?
Yeah, mine was good. It was very just relaxed, kind of cool vibe. Basically the same thing, family, friends, that kind of stuff. It was very chill, which I think was very positive to say the least. So like, you know, usually like our family's very cursed with having just really bad stuff happen to us during this time. And then this year nothing happened, so it's like fuck yeah. It's like yes, we avoided it for a year, for 12 months. So hopefully it continues on naturally. But no, it's good. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back in the swing of things. You know, glad the podcast is back in action. That's for sure. Well, you know, without further ado, a lot of stuff's happened in Treasure Cruise. This is a Treasure Cruise ep, by the way, people. Just I don't know if should have prefaced that at the very start, but this is the first Treasure Cruise ep of the year, the first ep post award show. I just want to say thank you to everyone that participated in the award show. Obviously, special thank you goes out to Tony and Ryoiin for supporting and creating that as well. I think the award show was really, really good this year. Had lots of fun making that. And we have a couple of ideas going forward for 2024 for this year's award show that we want to like implement as well. So look forward to that towards the end of this year. But yes, like we said, plenty of stuff going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down November and December as two separate blocks of talking points and not really go too in depth there. But then we're going to look at, obviously, the New Year's celebration is the main crux of today's episode. So, November 2023. We had some interesting little last-minute legends and last-minute items here, but the main point of November was the release of V2 Momo and the Hiyori, both quick legends that released. Alongside them was the 6+ of Stampede Luffy, which arguably could be one of the best 6+ that's ever released, and also the release of the Pirate Rumble legend of Raizo and Shinobu.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I don't know. Like, did you pull? I have no idea what you've done, Todd. To be honest, like, have you got them? Have you used them? Have you tried them? Like,
I did a handful of multis on the V2 Momo and Hiyori banner, and I didn't really get much.
Yeah.
I got the Okiku rare recruit or whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
and then I didn't get the other rare recruits until the New Year's banner because they were raid boosted and like everyone pulled them pretty much.
Yep, same here. Yep.
But I got lucky during one of the events. I can't remember which. It might have been a PKA ticket or something.
Yep.
I ended up pulling the Momo legend.
Oh wow.
Now,
okay. Nice.
When the data mine came through for Momo and Hiyori and we kind of like were understanding what these characters actually did, pretty much everyone said the same thing of like, oh, Momo sucks and Hiyori is just better. However, I will say that after using Momo for a little bit and his synergy with Roger Oden and the New Year's batch, I think Momo is actually better than Hiyori.
Momo is so goddamn good. And like...
Yeah, that special is so good.
Like, it 7 turns of defense and threshold just immediately. You get a chain boundary, and then you get this. It's not a new buff. I think somebody else had this. Was this the
I think
first
they were the
to
ones that introduced.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah, they were.
So I mean, let's talk. This buff is super confusing, by the way. The way that like I think Chaozu made a video on how the buff works. I can't remember. I don't want to like talk off the top of my head because I'm probably gonna get it wrong. But it's like
I remember how it worked.
If you tap with 5 characters, it doesn't consume the buff. But then if you tap with the 6th character, it consumes the buff. So you can like stack the final tap over like the duration of the quest. And then on the final stage against the boss, you can tap with the 6th character and the 6th character gets that additional bonus. So like obviously with someone like the new Yamato, which we'll talk about later, she just gets a crap ton additional damage on top of everything as well. But it's a really cool buff because like it's perpetual so long as you don't consume it type thing.
Yeah, it just lasts forever, and it's basically any time you perform like the 6th tap in a turn.
In a turn.
It will use that last tap buff because they call it like a last tap or a final tap attack boost. But because we have the potential ability of final tap, people thought, oh, it's just whenever you activate a final tap. But that's actually not correct. It's legit whenever you perform the final tap of your team in a turn, irregardless of whether it's the first turn of the quest or the last turn of a quest, you know? So yeah, you got to be careful because even though you could be like consistently charging this up, as long as you don't perform like that 6th tap in a turn, you can keep this lasting forever so that when you finally do your burst turn on the final stage, you actually do like shitloads of damage. and I think it stacks up to 200%, which
Yes.
is a 3 times bonus.
which is insane when you think about it, right?
it's
Plus,
very
like,
hard to get that though.
Yes, absolutely. But then when you look at things like Gear 5's Rush, in corporation with that 200%, like you're just getting. I think like Subconscious released a video where he just nonchalantly did like 1 trillion damage against a Coliseum or whatever it was. I think Gear 5 ended up doing like 500 or 600 billion just by himself with the Rush. So it's like
Jesus.
the final tap buff's really good, and I think that this Momo is a very good legend, and especially like you mentioned with the whole New Year's batch being very quick slasher focused, he eats really good, and I think he's actually a fantastic character. Absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of Gear 5, like I was saying this the other day in one of the other Discords, like
Mhm.
I was almost like really worried about investing like Rush tablets and
Yep.
Sugo Wanted
You're
posters
fine.
into Gear 5. Like I
You're
was like,
fine.
I hope I don't regret this. But I gotta
Nope.
say, I do not regret it
No.
a single second.
I'll keep it a buck with you, Flame and Knight. You have permission to make fun of me. I did void multis on part 3 just to get another copy of Gear 5. That's how much.
No.
I know.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that.
I saw it too.
These are my fans. I got 2 fans in the Discord right here, man. No, it was it was so toxic. Like it was the most toxic I've ever done. But I was like, I just realized like the value of Gear 5 is actually so extremely high in Treasure Cruise, and having a copy of each is actually way more valuable than having like most legends, which is kind of like ironic to say. So I wasn't really angry at that. I was just kind of like, fuck you, Bandai. Like why? But like I kind of echoes to the sentiment of like, I think that I'm becoming more comfortable. I haven't done it yet, but I'm definitely becoming more comfortable with the idea of potentially feeding like maybe 1 or 2 Rush tablets into Gear 5, and maybe feeding a couple more posters potentially as well into that unit, because the value of the unit is just so uncanny.
I mean, not even just Kizuna Clash, but like GP as well.
Yes, my God, absolutely right. You know what I mean? Like GP alone is enough to sell him. Then you have Kizuna, which like if you, I mean, to be fair, with this Kizuna coming up, like they've done a very good job to block him out there, to be honest with you. But we'll kind of we'll cross the bridge when we get to it. You did mention Hiyori not as good. What do you? How do you? I mean, do you have the unit? I don't have the unit personally speaking.
No, I don't have Hiyori yet.
I mean,
she's okay.
Yes.
I mean, she's got a good kid, but I mean, you're not going to use her in a super boss.
Yeah, I'd prefer to be, because the way that I kind of see it is like using Momo and then the new Zoro Sanji is like a match made in heaven. I feel like.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Chain Boundary, Zoro and Sanji, I think give you every like chain boosting buff in the game. They give you they give you everything pretty much, except
the boundary. Yeah.
And then exactly. So then you get this like perfect synergy there, and I think Momo's support's also really good as well. It's when the once per adventure, when the supported character uses an orb manip special, sets chain boundary from 1.7 to 5x for 1 turn, which is incredible. Like that's actually really, really good to get around stuff,
Yeah. Free
super
damage.
positive there. Absolutely. Continuing on though, since we want to move a little, a little through this, we had the release of 6+ Stampede Luffy, which kind of, I don't think it really came out of the blue. I think with the whole movie legend release, we're kind of anticipating this to occur, but my God, is Stampede Luffy a really good legend. Genuinely, I think 6+ Stampede Luffy is fantastic as a character, I think especially in this TM, like one of the mini bosses completely gets countered by Stampede Luffy just alone, which is just awesome to say the least. And like the fact that he removes the spam paralysis in his captain ability, he removes attack down and a bunch of the chain stuff as well. He gives himself a matching slot. He barriers the slot. He gives himself an attack orb and base attack boost, and he buffs color affinity as well. Like, that's one.
He just does a lot,
And obviously, you can make the argument of being like, oh, but he only buffs himself. It's like that's kind of the point, right? Like,
but then Sabo support.
And then and then exactly, then you're really rolling deep in terms of that damage output. Like, and I think that so long as this key unit, like, I will probably keep using this unit as a captain for a lot of treasure map, even if he's not boosted, because of the fact
for sure
spam paralysis removal alone is incredible. Plus 6 turns of attack down. Like, you're covering a lot of the core debuffs in the game, which I think is at the end of the day, like, really positive there. So I think they did a really good job.
I kind of wish he had some kind of perfect synergy with Halloween Ace. Oh, that'd have been so good. Like you remove like despair paralysis, special bind, special reverse with these two captains, and would have been pretty
Damn.
cracked.
Yeah,
But
okay.
still, this unit's good. And one thing that I think is kind of understated is with the level limit break, the amount of cooldown his captain ability gets is crazy good.
Nuts.
Like he's like -2 cooldown to side deck strength, and then -1 cooldown to powerhouse and fighter.
Yeah.
So he just gets -3 by himself. He's already at a 9-turn cooldown with expansion, 10 turns naturally. Like you just use special as soon as you start the quest. It's kind of cracked.
Yeah, which is just nuts in itself.
So good speed farm captain, gets rid of a bunch of utility, good multipliers.
Wave
he's
clearer
just
as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, technically, right? Yeah.
Wave clearer as well. Like it's super positive there.
Yep.
And then I guess
he's just bad in Rumble though.
Yeah, which yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're gonna use the Luffy, you're gonna use Gear 5. You know. So.
There is another problem though, and it's the fact that the 2 super evolutions that we got before Stampede Luffy had super types or super classes, and then Stampede Luffy didn't. Yeah,
I don't know.
He didn't really need it.
No,
but
he didn't. I
it's
agree.
Like, why not just give it to him?
It would have been cool though if his super type or class was like wave clearing as well. I reckon that would have been really litty. But like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I would love to know the decision making process behind doing it for some, but not for other. Maybe they thought he was too strong, which I think is a bit silly. Like even if his super type was like, gives himself a color affinity, like buff.
Yeah, like even just that, because then you can have all these buffs together.
Wave clear plus like color affinity, and then make it 3-turn color affinity or whatever it is, and cool, done. Like that'd been super good. But I agree, that's actually a really good point I didn't think of. That's a bit annoying. Well, it is what it is.
He's still good though.
He's still really good. Speaking of not as good, actually they're not actually bad to be honest with you. We got
kind of underrated.
We got Raizo and Shinobu Pirate Rumble Legend. They're actually not that bad. They're actually pretty decent to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're actually like this is one of the few Rumble Legends that I think will actually see play, not only just in Rumble but also in normal content. Like actually got an interesting kit.
Yeah, they do damage at the end of the turn for 3 turns. Poison, blind, they reduce chain limit, chain coefficient reduction. If your captain's a shooter, they boost attack against delayed enemies and enemies inflicted with burn. If your captain's a slasher, they ignore delay buff protection and delay all enemies. If your HP is above a certain threshold, when the special is activated, reduces the crew's HP and gives a final tap attack boost for slashers and shooters, which is like. They do a lot. Self like they do a lot here.
If you've just got a captain that's slasher shooter or slasher free spirit, plenty of those. Then yeah, this special's really strong. So it works really well with a lot of the newly released characters. Works well with Legend Ezo that came out a few months ago as well, which is kind of like what they want you to use as character with.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Like,
and
I've just seen their captain ability, like when a barrier penetration enabled character hits with the perfect reduces increased defense, which is akin to what Ezo was doing, in their captain as well. So I mean, a very solid.
Is crazy.
Rumble.
I hate this unit in Rumble.
Yeah,
holy shit. This unit sucks.
Level 6 attack up, speed up, HP up for shooters. For the first 4 times when they take damage, increase defense of the crew by 1. And then they 100% chance to inflict action bind to all enemies in a starboard's range for 10 seconds, plus level 5 CT up buff to shooters for 20 seconds, and deals 2k fixed damage to one enemy 5 times. Like, Jesus Christ.
Like, that special is already really good, and then it's on a 25-second cooldown.
Which is disgusting, because shooters go fast as well.
Right? So you got, like the Sai Uta can charge up. Rumble Usopp can charge up. Like... Yeah, this is good. And then you got Kizaru Fuji. Like, if you've got a way to speed up his special, he's one of the best DPS units that shooter has. So
absolutely,
yeah, shooters are getting some good support. They're a very scary team. If he's
not bad.
I mean,
he's okay. He exists.
If you see a shooter team with Raizo and Shinobu on it, you should probably steer clear of it.
Probably avoid that one. That's for sure.
This unit sucks.
November,
kind of like Nami Karina. Like Nami Karina is such a disgusting unit.
I pulled them on the discount in this TM banner because I did one discount. I got them, and I'm so happy. Like I could not. I prefer to get them over the new legend. To be honest with you,
I don't even know what they were thinking with that unit. That unit is way too
stupid.
good.
Like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
What I want to smoke the shit that they were smoking when they made Nami and Karina, dude. Like,
Right?
you know what I mean? Like, why were they so good? Well, they don't need to be as good as they are, but they are, which is
No,
and,
they don't.
and they dupe drops. It's just like what the fuck. And they're TM legends. They're always boosted, so it's like, oh, okay, fair
So
enough.
dumb.
Yeah. Okay, that was November. Short, sharp, sweet. Moving into December, so this is basically all the pre-New Year stuff that we have going on here. Starting off with TM Green Bull, which I'm going to keep it a stack with you. This is the biggest disappointment of 2023.
Yep.
This is so disappointing. First of all, it's a TM legend. Second of all, it seems to be that they're no longer doing 5 and 6 star, this isn't really much of a big point, but like no longer doing 5 and 6 star arts for TM legends. Also seems like we're going to be getting a TM legend every TM potentially because of how the new characters buff and stuff, which is really shitty because now that basically adds 12 more legends a year, pretty much, already on top of the 50 odd legends we get per year. So like, okay, fair enough. But the amount of gems we earn per month is still very, very little in comparison. Plus, he's not that good.
The biggest problem with Green Bull is the criteria for his superclass.
Let me have a look here. Super special criteria. This character must be the captain. Your crew must consist of any two of the following, excluding supports and only counting one for dual units: Akainu, Kuruma, Kizaru, Sengoku, Garp, Tsuru, and Fujitora.
So the fact that you need 2 of those listed units,
two's too
that's
many.
too much.
Like there aren't any. There are no good.
These aren't
admirals.
straw hats we're talking about here.
Yeah, there are no good admirals. Like,
right? Like if you the dumb thing about it is when you have this list and then you filter that list for the characters that were boosted during that treasure map, the list
2.
was appalling.
So 3. I think you had like a TM Dex Akainu. You had the booster Kuruma, and you had the booster Akainu. They were the 3 units that you could potentially bring.
You had there was the blue Fuji that was a TM boss, and then there was the Sai Garp who was a Kizuna boss as well.
You get
but like in terms of free to play
characters.
units, there were 3 good viable free to play units you could use. But they didn't help with the actual boss fight.
I'm about to say, right? Like, are they even helping with the boss fight? Or you just bring them for the sake of the special? Like,
yeah,
it's not
you just
work,
bring them
right?
for the sake of using them because you needed the super type to actually clear the content. Because the super type, the super class itself, it is a good thing. It really puts all of your orbs into slot change impossible until you get good,
which is really
and then
good.
like with his special, like it makes sense with his special, and like the character's like fine, I guess he's acceptable, but that condition really ruins him because you can't really make use of his best component of keeping these slots forever due to the terrible condition. And not only is it a bad condition, but like it just makes your team worse.
Absolutely. I mean, he does the film Red Shanks, changes all enemies into quick, and you know, obviously the first Shanks of the year, fuck Stump. Just make sure we get it out there. You know, it's going to start 2024 off right. You are right, and I think the biggest upsetting part is that they like Green Bull could have / should have been he should have just been like an end of month batch. Like it seems a bit. It seems a bit. I feel like they quickly forced out Green Bull to just kind of.
It's
be like,
kind of
you know,
it's upsetting
weird.
knowing what we got for New Year's when we could have had like Green Bull for New Year's. I think that would have been more exciting. But,
Green Bull for New Year's would have been fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like it'd been so cool to have like an Admiral, but then like 2 of the other like. I would have been down for like an Admiral, Yamato, Zoro Sanji. Like Roger Oden, cool, whatever. You can leave him, but like, I think like something like that. Or like take one of the 3 out and put Green Bull in there. I think it would have been a much cooler New Year's event in terms of like character variety. But Green Bull came out, he existed. Then we also got the version 13.3 update. Which brought along with it the trial co-op quest. Now Night and Flame. I don't know if you guys have you heard anything about this whole co-op quest mode?
Wait, I saw the video. It looks
I've heard
dog.
It.
Dog.
Yeah, look, he's not wrong.
In its current state, it is not good.
Don't get it twisted. We are getting a quote unquote survey on the 22nd of Jan. Sorry, is it 22nd of Jan? It's soon, I think it is, to kind of give feedback on the event. But I mean, the only thing that we are, because when we heard Co-op Quest, we're like, everyone, I mean, I'm going to speak on everyone's behalf. Like, everyone was like, oh shit, like, we can play with friends. This is how, like, this is the time, right? And then instead it was like, you randomly pick one of two teams and match up with an absolute random Donnie. And then the problem with the quest is that you have to do very specific things and attack very specific units in order to clear the quest. And if somebody does not know what they have to do in particular, you just lose. You just lose every single time without fail.
I've also heard there's like a lot of like loading and stuff like that makes it go by super slow.
It
It
does.
is slow.
You have to like swap between like each of the teams and like look, don't get twisted, there are a lot of cool concepts though. The fact that like I think like you can like heal your partner, you heal them, and like
that's cool.
you know, like there is room to grow, but the biggest problem is that you have to play with a random. Not that that's an issue, because obviously not everyone that plays this game is maybe in a Discord community or whatever it is. But even like if you could pick someone in your alliance and you have the alliance chat at least, or like maybe if you could
there just has to be, they have to add the option for you to play with someone either in your alliance or on your friends list,
or
because
search an ID and play with someone. You know, like there's options.
Because the way that this thing started, right, is like, for those who don't know, you are given a team to play with. There's two separate teams, and whichever one you pick, you're matched up with someone who picked the opposite team as you.
Yep.
And they said in the notice that when it officially releases, that you don't get given teams. You have to make your own team to beat the content. And if you're matching up with a random person, who knows what kind of random team someone is going to make. And especially if stamina as well, I'm not too sure if it will. If you're wasting stamina trying to match up with a random person to beat this piece of content, it's going to be garbage. It won't work. And
on top of that, if it's time gated as well, like that adds an element of stress. Like the only way that I got around this quest, I got very lucky with the people that I matched up with. I'll be honest, but I also Godot wrote a guide on the subreddit Discord. And I just followed that, and I was thankfully enough. I guess I had a partner who was following the same thing too. Otherwise, like, I cannot fathom building your own team and somebody else building a team and clearing it alongside. Like, that's gonna be absolutely chaotic to say the least. Even like they have this whole stick. Remember, like when they released the stickers for the Alliance chat, and then they lied to us about adding more stickers in when content comes out. Even like having the stickers to be able to like post the sticker in game, so like the person you're playing
use
with,
specials or
exactly,
target,
exactly right. Like, I don't need text chat, but at least like some way for me to communicate with my partner if I can't pick them, which I get because naturally. Like we were saying before, not everyone has Discord, not everyone's in communities, not everyone's in alliances, you know, that have this like nature of being able to talk to each other. But if you're going to force me to match up with someone, time gate the content, and also like, to be honest with you, it was pretty difficult, like just because like it's a new environment, people don't know how to clear the quests, and like, you know, when it comes time to like actually solving these problems, like it's going to be very interesting to see how content creators approach it and how people kind of approach this mentality of maybe trying to jump in at the same time as someone and trying to match. And, you know, like, again, like, I think it's like really, really good idea, but again, poor execution, like right idea, wrong execution, you know, type beat. But hopefully with this survey that gets released, people can give their feedback, as we all should, and something more positive comes out of it. My fingers are crossed that they are going to try to implement some form of matching with a friend ID or whatever, because then if they develop that, why can't they put it into Pyre Rumble? I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
That's exactly right. Chris and I actually like a couple weeks ago, we because Chris hadn't done it yet, we ended up like going in at the same time, and we matched up for all of our matches. Yeah, and we ended up playing, so like it worked out now, because I mean there was like no one playing it at that point in time pretty much. So we're like, okay, let's try it. Carissa suggested it. I'm like, I'm not too sure if it's gonna work, but it worked.
Well.
Yeah, and maybe it was really cool.
Maybe that's the play. Just like wait for like a week and a half, you know, and then like start playing when no one's in it. Like, I think my other like tinfoil hat concern is like, when is this gonna release? How's it gonna be part of the content cycle? Like, what are the rewards? Obviously, everyone cares about the rewards. It's because if it's gonna be like if it's gonna be like a dinky like 5 gems, like I'm gonna be a bit upset if I'm gonna be honest with you. You know,
Like, you gotta give us a reason to actually play
Exactly.
the Gosh Darn event.
like if you're gonna give me 5 gems a month for clearing cop, I'm genuinely just not gonna do it. Like, you know
Like,
what I
give us
mean?
like a unique characters you can only get from the event.
Yeah, you know what? Like, give us. This is the opportunity for them to release limit break posters. You know, give us like give us like 1 or 2 legend limit break posters or gems, or even I don't know, mate. If you're gonna do it once a month, release a gold tablet through co-op. Like that's a fantastic opportunity to release one a month. You know, have it on a cycle, so it's like final tap rush, super tender, final tap rush, super, and have it in like a cycle. So like, you know, at least like people can start picking up these additional things. You're like, there's definitely a lot of ways to approach it. Are they going to do any of them? I mean, we have to, I guess, wait and see. But that's, you know, I look forward to it because I think that there is a lot there that can be done well. It's just a matter of how they execute when it comes to full release. The other part of 13.3 was the growing spots have been added to TM. They keep updating TM. I don't know if I'm a fan of like this just consistent up. I guess TM is the cash cow. So like it makes sense for them to keep updating it. But essentially the way the growing spots work is it's like basically it's like you're passing, you know, it's like I kind of like see it similarly to like Monopoly. You have the go, you pass go, it kind of levels up. But I mean you don't earn points though when you pass it. You only earn points when you land on it. But obviously, at the higher the level of the growth spot, the more points you earn from it. The points, there's probably an algorithm to it. I don't think anyone's figured it out yet, but there's a few factors involved in where it's like your nav level, what level of the growth spot is, and then there's also like that random factor of how many points you earn from a point spot is also invested into. I think 86 in our Discord was mentioning that like if you have no boosters, there will be times where like the growth spot actually gives you more points than the boss does, which is actually really really good. But the problem with this update is that you only earn points if you land on it. You don't earn points for going through it, which I think is a big missed opportunity. Even if they only gave you like 50% of the points or 25% of the points from at least passing it, like at least it would be something, right? But the fact that I have to land on it, it just leaves a bitter taste in my mouth for the most part there. But I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Like it's a cool little feature. It's more points. You know, it helps everyone get to the 10 million out threshold anyway. So you know,
it's just kind of whatever.
Yeah,
to be honest, like it's not a great update. And if you land on it, it's cool. It's not a very big update.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's whatever.
It's a nice little mini update, which I think we've mentioned a few times. I think these like 13.2, 13.1, 2, 3, and 4 have all come out pretty consistently. So it's been really cool to have these nice little version updates that are coming out at a more of a clip as opposed to like every 6 months you get one big update. It's like, no, keep these nice little perpetual updates going forward.
Yeah.
2 more characters to discuss in December. We have the release of Kizuna Otama. This was that was really left field.
Yeah.
She's a powerhouse captain, which I think is hilarious, to say the least. She exists. Weird little legend.
She's not as bad as we kind of thought she was, to be honest. I think she's actually pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she is powerhouse, I think, is so good for this unit.
Yep.
Because it makes her synergize with Big Mom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, that's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah, because if she didn't have that, like, because this unit needs a Big Mom, Big Mom to be one of the units to get her super type. Her super type is a guaranteed conditional boost through immunity.
Yep.
And then you've got Big Mom who gives you the burn conditional through immunity with the double stack.
Yep.
So that's great synergy there. Big Mom's got final tap.
Yep.
Otama's got super tandem.
Yep.
So they work very, very well together. And I mean, for Otama's effect for her super tandem, it's a tandem attack boost. It's only 1.75, but it does increase attack buffs by 0.5. So that's it's a conditional boost, I think, by 0.5.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a tandem Nami, and the fact that you can double stack it with Big Mom, buff both conditionals by 0.5, like it's a strong combo.
What is it when they say status attack buffs applied by all characters by 0.5 for one turn?
Status attack buffs just means the conditional.
Okay, so her special also does that too, which is actually really good.
Okay, maybe I got it backwards then.
Okay, either way though, but like
she does do it.
yeah, she buffs a crap ton, which is really really good. So like,
Oh yeah, so her special is all boost in conditionals by 0.5, and then her
Yeah.
tandem is attack buffs.
you're right then,
So,
because then
yeah.
you're using it with Big Mom. Obviously, you get the stacking conditionals, then you're buffing them by 0.5, and so
Yeah.
like you're kind of like
Super good.
you're going really like lots of damage there without a doubt. I mean, like again, as a left field character, I don't think anyone was really expecting a
No,
legend
everyone
or
was kind of
Otama
just
here.
laughing when we realized,
Like,
like, oh, what? Otama's a legend? What the hell?
She looks kind of shit in Rumble. to be honest
Because
with you.
we didn't have because there was no unevolved artwork, so we're like, oh, okay, so
It's a
Otama's
rare
going to be in the
recruit.
Kizuna.
Cool, sweet. Nice of a rare recruit.
Like, oh no, it's a legend, by the way.
It's a legend, by the way. Lol, forehead.
Yeah.
Her Rumble kit isn't that good. Lots of HP recovery, confusion. I mean, it's on a 20-second CT, so like, I mean, you could probably make it work.
She
with
could
the
be
defense
annoying.
team.
She can inflict confusion as well. That's annoying.
To Dex and Free Spirit, 40% chance of confusion's a bit.
Yeah, it's not great.
Should have been a coin flip. Should have been
But
50.
there'll be those off times where you do hit it,
Where
and
Binks,
then
yeah, absolutely right.
super annoying.
And then final thing to release, I guess, for December, unless I've missed anything, is the Haki Talkie 6+ V2 Shanks finally gets his super evolution, and he's still just a really
fuck
good...
Stump.
Oh, sorry, yeah, apologies. Fuck Stump. Fuck that guy.
That guy.
He fucking stinks. This unit has been waiting for the super evolution for a very very long time, and I mean, it's a good character once again. Like, he's still just a very solid legend. Just big. It seems like it's just very much just like number go up, do more damage type beat, which I think is really good.
Yeah, they didn't change a whole lot with his kit, really. He's just, more cooldown, bigger numbers. In his captain with level limit break, he extends the duration of attack buffs and base attack boosts and chain additions. So you can make his special last for 3 turns instead of 2. So I think that's pretty neat.
I think also in his attack up buff can't be cleared as well.
Same as his chain addition as well,
which is really really good. I mean,
that's clutch.
We saw that with Queen and King in their kits, and now they've been nerfed for God knows why. But this is really good. I think that this is I think it's a little bit more of like a lackluster 6+ to say the least.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's still really good nonetheless.
Yeah.
I don't know about Rumble.
There'll be random uses where
absolutely
he'll be
right.
useful.
Absolutely right.
The fact that you're gonna run a mono team with him means you won't see too much use with him.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Cool. All right, that's December. All right, we're here. What everyone actually wants to to talk about. All right, lock yourselves in. We're only 40 minutes into the podcast. New Year's brought with it the release of our 3 legends, that being Roger and Oden, Yamato, and Zoro and Sanji. Todd, how do you feel? How do you feel, bud?
Oh man, when I saw what the New Year's was, I was so disappointed.
You was heated, man. You was upset.
Sick.
Especially because I kind of get it at the same time. It was January 7th was the first episode of the new anime arc, so I get why they didn't want to go into the new anime arc just yet. But come on, you've been milking this same arc for so long, bro. I think we're done.
Roger and Oden is so weird to me as a choice for a character in this situation. I can kind of understand Yamato and Zoro Sanji, I can, but releasing Roger and Oden is just we're just appealing to the Japanese audience as much as humanly possible right now.
I am definitely sick of Yamato though, to be honest. We just get way too many.
I'm sick of Yamato just for only ever existing as a super legend. At this point, Yamato's been around long enough to where we don't need to keep making her a super legend. Just make her. I mean, look at Uta. To be fair, Uta's now a regular legend as well, which I think is perfectly fine.
I think it's pretty whack they didn't like capitalize like on that unit and like let her like be able to like switch through the forms and shit, like how they did like with the old Gear 4s.
Only
and stuff.
aesthetically can she switch through the forms, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it would have been cool like if they actually like went through the kit and like did that. Like that would have
absolutely. You know, but that would have been a lot of effort, and you know, it's been on Namco Entertainment.
Yeah, we're not about effort around these parts.
Yeah, we can't just do what makes money, you know. And I think these three characters definitely. I mean, these are big sellers probably in Japan, so like you know we gotta kind of take. I think yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Plus, we also got the random ass, not really random, but like 6+ Law, Final Tap Law, sorry, as well. He's getting he got his shine. He kind of exists. he exists.
Yeah, he didn't get much of a buff.
He's ass. Yeah, let him know, Knight. Let him know, dude.
That artist ass. I was so mad when I saw that. I was like, oh shit, 6+ Law. And I was like,
No, 6+ Law artwork is good. It's got Corazon in the background.
Todd is being held at gunpoint as we speak right now. That's why.
Gun to the head.
Yeah. All right.
Law's face is fucking weird though.
That's the B team was doing that. The A team was too busy drawing fucking Nami's titties for her TM rare recruit, man. That's what was going on there. All right, without further ado, welcome back to the podcast, guys, where I read a lot. But here we are. Legend, Roger, and Oden. Let me just get this down here. Roger and Oden, Rodent, I don't know. Remarkable grand adventure, slasher striker, quick character. Captain ability. Nullifies remove beneficial effects and remove accumulated value effects once per adventure. Boost the HP of quick and slasher characters by 1.5x. Boost attack of quick and slasher characters by 5.5. Boost all other characters by 5x. Changes strength orbs of slasher characters into 1-0 and removes despair completely. If you use their special, boost the attack of quick and slasher characters by 6x and boost the attack of all the characters by 5.25. When a crit hit enabled slasher hits a crit, reduces enemies' slash resistance by -6% for 1 turn. Their special deals 1.5 mil fixed true damage, ignoring NAO, to all enemies. If this character's orb is 1-0 when the special is activated, boost the attack of quick slasher characters by 3.25 for 1 turn, and boost the attack of quick and slasher characters by 2.75 for 1 turn. Changes quick orbs into 1-0 for 2 turns, and changes matching slots into quick. Boost the attack of quick and slasher characters by 2.75 for 1 turn otherwise. If there is 10 mil or more normal attack damage dealt before this special is activated, boost orb effects of quick slasher characters by 3x for 3 turns, and boost the effects of quick and slasher characters by 2.75 for 3 turns. Boost the effect of quick and slasher characters by 2.75 for 1 turn otherwise. There's super criteria. This character must be captain, and your crew must consist of any 2 or 5 of the following excluding supports and counting only 1 per unit. 5 crit hit slashers, or any 2 of the following characters which they have listed there. Their super special is changes orbs including block of top row characters into 1-0, changes orbs including block of middle and bottom row characters into matching, locks orbs for a turn, boosts the base attack of the right column by 2,000 for 1 turn, and changes into super. This is an EX super, sorry, I should say. Super quick and super slasher. Their support on slasher characters, when you reach the final stage, boost the attack of quick slasher characters by 2.25 for a turn, and boost the attack of quick and slasher characters by 1.75 for a turn. They have rush. Their rush is on the last stage at the 2nd or 3rd tap. Costs 20k per hit, 7 hits max, growth rate of 0.1. They get a finished tap attack boost of 1.5. They add 0.1 to the chain. The first tap multiplier is 0.5. The rush multiplier is 0.1, and then the finish tap is 0.1. 1.0, sorry. Their rumble kit. Level 5 abilities is attack and defense up to quick characters, HP and speed up buffs to slasher characters. When there are 5 or less, I'm assuming, is that less meant to be? Remaining crew slasher characters. Oh my god, what the? When there are 5
for their rumble, yeah.
When there are 5 or remaining crew slasher characters remaining.
Oh, you just need 5 slashers on the crew.
Seems a bit really worded there. Applies level 3 C tier buff to quick. Their special at 35 CT deals 3k fixed damage to all enemies in a large sideward range. Deals three times their attack damage to all enemies when there are 8 or. Am I reading this? Like, am I actually brain dead?
No, yeah,
this?
it's typed weird on the database.
Okay.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Remaining characters.
You have to have 8 quick units.
And there are 8 quick units remaining. Reduces 50% of special CT to 3 slasher carries, excluding self with the lowest special CT. They have GP level 5. Level 5 leader skill is level 6 attack and speed up buff to quick. Level 2 crit up buff to quick. Level 4 HP up and HP defense and blow away up to striker slashers. Their burst 2 uses. After 8 rumble specials, 5k fixed damage to all enemies, 3x leaders base attack and damage that will ignore defense 3 times to 3 enemies with a high special CT. There we go. I think this is a very underrated character, which is really dumb to say because they've only been out for like 30 days. But I think people kind of saw this unit as like a pretty boring, pretty straightforward, but I think that they're really, really good. I personally really like this unit a lot.
Yeah, this unit is kind of boring because it's basically V1 Oden, V1 Roger, like combined into one.
Yeah, actually, that's so true, to be honest.
But if you think about it, V1 Oden and V1 Roger came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, these guys give you an attack boost and an orb boost guaranteed. If you do more damage, you get a higher orb boost that's extended. They deal fixed damage. They change slots to Wano. Their EX super. I mean, I get the whole idea of like attack of the right hand column base attack by 2000.
That's kind of dumb.
I guess it's because they either want you to use these guys as a captain, or I guess you're expected to have these guys rush, and they'll be in the right hand column, which is a bit funky. But I mean, I'd have preferred if it was like 1250 for the whole crew, as opposed to 2000 for the right column.
Here's the thing, right? If you take away their Rush Sugo special, is this unit good? Because if you take away their Rush, it basically is V1 Oden and Roger. The only reason that they're good in any sense is because they have Rush. Because if they didn't have it, this unit would pretty much never see play. I mean, they're good in Rumble. I will give them that. The quick slasher team, it seems funky at first, but if you actually use it, it's pretty cracked. Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
But their Rush, if you have it maxed, is incredibly good because obviously Rush is a new mechanic and there's not many characters with it. And that's the only reason why I think this character is actually good.
Yeah. Okay. That's a really good perspective, to be honest with you. I mean, their Rush is also very strong. I'll give them that as well. And obviously it synergizes really well with the other 2 characters that came out, which is really good. Mm-hmm. But you make a great point, to be honest with you.
And the other thing that I really hate is, like, so in their captain ability, you use their special, and okay, you get a slightly higher attack boost, and then when you hit a crit with a slasher that has crit, you get 6% slasher resistance. Now, I haven't tested this, but I think if you use their Rush Sugo special, because they tap so many times, I think this stacks together. I think that's how it's supposed to work.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think each of their Rush taps will be a crit because of their potential ability.
Yeah, yeah.
But, I feel like there should have been something else in their captain to make them worthwhile. Because removing beneficial effects resistance, it's somewhat actually pretty good to have, but it doesn't come up that much. No. Despair removal is obviously good. Multipliers are good. Changing random slots into Wano obviously can be good. But it just kind of just feels unga bunga, and it doesn't really do a whole lot. But he synergizes well with some good units. He still boosts everyone with his captain. Special still works pretty good. Like, he's going to be a solid unit, no doubt.
Yeah.
But for a New Year's celebration, I was kind of hoping for something a bit more. And we do get something a bit more. We'll talk about them a bit later. But...
yeah. Something more creative, though, like following suit with with Yamato and Zoro Sanji, like a little bit more creativity. Because I think, like, if you're a new player, like, this is a really good legend to have, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, this is like, this is like pulling V1 exactly what you mentioned, right? If you pulled V1 Roger as a new player back in 2019, like
2020, I think
2020, like, that's fantastic. You're set. If you have these guys, like, you can beat all content pretty much. Like, as with these guys as captain, because, like, I mean, it's very boring. I agree with you, but like 5.5 to quick slasher, but then also 5x to rainbow. Like it's a fantastic captain ability. It's just a very straightforward unit, which I think like it's kind of like a good and bad because we're so used to that natural like creativity of characters when they're released in these kinds of celebrations that like when something basic, I guess you could call it, or more straightforward comes out, it's like it's not as fun, but like deep down you know like that this is a very solid character at the end of the day.
It's just
for
coming
what
off
it
of
is.
like what we got last year. If you just compare what we got last year with like
Oh, yeah.
Robin introducing double stacking conditionals, Nami being the best super tandem and great captain, great special.
Yeah.
And then Kaido versus Yamato, and Yamato has her uses. Kaido's pretty unique with the way he's built.
Yep.
And then we get like this year, and while I do think Zoro Sanji are incredible, the other two I'm not as big of fans on the other two.
Absolutely. Flame, Knight, what do you guys think of Roger and Oden?
I mean, from like a New Year's perspective,
Yeah.
kind of like how Todd said.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I was playing, I would definitely be over it at this point.
Yeah.
I like the new stuff. I don't know if I would personally pull for them, despite their kit being, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have pulled for the Yamato or the Zoro Sanji, to be honest, just because I don't know. I'm I'm kind of over Roger and Oden at this point in OPTC at least.
No, that's fair. That's very, very fair. Absolutely.
Like they had like their big like explosion like when they first came out, like that was super exciting. But like yeah, I don't know. At this point, like I'm done with them.
No, that I couldn't agree more. Knight, anything else? Anything on that?
Yeah, I just think it's kind of funny that they're quick, and then like the fucking Odin Toki's like, isn't that strength and quick as well? And then you can like use them together. Like, wouldn't they be a decent pair?
That's fair. That's actually a really good point, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's a fair point as well. Yeah. No, that's a good point. No, I agree. I still think that these is a really good legend. I mean, I don't think it actually goes without saying. Naturally, it's a really good legend, but I definitely do see that idea of like creativity. I will say though, their GP kit is actually really good in my opinion. I think that they have a very solid GP. Again, it's very dumb to kind of talk about GP when Gear 5 is still running amok, but like they do a lot of damage. It does
damage. Yeah, it's good. And the fact that you have to use 8 specials to use it, and if you do opt to use like that quick slasher team, they use specials so often that getting this burst is very easy. So like you could build a team that is just hyper centered around getting this burst as quick as possible and just wave clearing your opponent with it. So
absolutely.
like yeah, you can do some cool stuff with it for sure. But I feel like I probably would be still sticking with Gear 5. I guess it depends on like how much investment you have, because I mean, if you've got a base level Roger Oden versus a fully 150 Rainbow Gear 5, I don't think it's much competition there. No. But if you do come up against a hella invested Roger Oden, that burst is going to ruin your life. Yeah,
that'd be very, very scary for sure. Couldn't agree more. All right, first out of 10 of the year, Roger and Oden. What do you guys think? For a New Year's legend, mind you.
Like a 7.5.
Oh, we're saying off strong.
I would give them on a regular scale. I'd give them an 8, but since you said on a New Year's scale, we'll go to 7.
I think I'll be different. I think they're an 8.5 still. I still think they're a really solid character. Very, very good. I think
my man's glazing.
I am, dude. 8.5.
W glazing.
Get in your mouth.
Hey, yo. Nah, I already gotta give you a score, man. Let's move on.
7.5.
7.5. All right, there we go. All right, moving. Jeez, man, it's New Year, same night, dude. Nothing changes, man. I thought he'd grow up by now. Nah, same guy, man. All right. Next, we have. I guess you can call it. I'm calling it V2 Yamato. A child of ogres, Yamato dash determined to fight alongside the land of Wano. Okay, all right, no one else. She is a dual unit. all of our favorites, dual
A
unit.
dual unit with herself.
Dual unit herself.
Yeah.
It's like
You can make a good joke out of that. Like you're so lonely, you can make a dual unit of yourself.
fucking
Bruh.
bro. That's me. I'm fucking V3 Blackbeard, man. Me and the gun. That's it, mate. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, she's a striker slasher, quick dex dual unit. She has EX as well. I can't be bothered reading her individual captain abilities. So her dual captain ability. Reduces special cooldown of all characters by a turn at the start of the fight. Reduces special cooldown of this character by 5 turns at the start of stage 3. And reduces special cooldown of all characters by 1 turn at the start of stage 3. Boosts HP of striker slashes by 1.5. Boosts the attack of striker slashes by 6x. Boosts attack of all other characters by 5x. Makes quick, dex, recovery, tandem, orbs beneficial for striker slasher carries. It reduces bind by 10 turns. Up to 14 times per quest, but up to 5 times per turn when any other striker or slasher crewmate uses a special, reduces the swap cooldown of this character by 1, and boosts final tap attack of slasher and free spirit characters by 10% for 1 turn. If the final tap attack boost effect activates before the final stage, effect accumulates until the final stage. At the start of the final stage, applies final tap attack boost based on the accumulated value. Her super swap is 9 turns, removes despair, slot bind, duration completely on this character, changes the orb including block of this character into a 1-0 slot, changes the orb including block of all other adjacent characters into tandem, boosts the final tap attack of all characters by 10% for 1 turn, reduces enemy striker and slasher resistance by 20% for 1 turn, and becomes Yamato, dual form Yamato for 3 turns. Her combined special, I'll read, is 150x carries attack in typeless true damage to all enemies, reduces enemies PDR by 7 turns, reduces enemy striker and slash resistance by minus 20% for 1 turn, boosts the color affinity of striker and slash carries by 2.75 for 1 turn. If the enemy is inflicted with increased damage taken, increases boost effects of enemies' increased damage taken debuffs to 2.25, and boost the effects of color affinity buffs by 0.25. Including effects activated in the same ability. Ignores debuff protection and inflicts all enemies with increased damage taken by 1.75x for 1 turn. Otherwise, her super special criteria is when this character is in combined form from the super swap, and your crew must consist of any 3 of the following. Lists a bunch of characters. Reduces special cooldown of all characters by 2 turns. Reduces damage received by 70% for 1 turn, boosts the final tap attack of all characters by 20% for 1 turn, locks all orbs for 1 turn, and transforms strikers into super strikers and decks into super decks. She has last tap. Wow. Changes the orb, including block of this character, into 1-0, boosts the base attack of this character by 700 for 1 turn, and boosts attack of all other characters with % damage reduction by 1x to 4x for 1 turn, proportional to the strength of the % damage reduction buff. So that, for example, and then that changes. So 50%, 100%, 150, 200% for levels 2 to 5. Her Rumble ability, level 5 HP up. Her ability level 5 HP up and crit up buff to Dex Quick. Level 3 CT up buff to Dex Quick. Applies level 6 defense and speed up buff to slashes. Her special at 33 CT. Provoke on self for 30 seconds. Applies level 10 defense up buff to self for 30 seconds. 80% health cut to 1 enemy with the highest HP. And 100% chance to inflict silence to 2 enemies with the highest special CT for 10 seconds. GP leader skill. Level 5 attack recovery and crit up buff to Dex Quick. Level 4 attack HP and speed up buff to slash and strikers. Her condition is 54k received damage. And 2 uses. Level 6 shield up buff to crewmates for 10 seconds. Level 10 attack up buff to crewmates for 10 seconds. Grants a 4x counter to self for 50 seconds. Inflicts level 4 attack and speed down debuff to all enemies for 40 seconds. Inflicts level 6 defense down debuff to all enemies for 40 seconds. Yamato.
Man, this character is absolute cheeks in Rumble.
It is so wordy. Such a wordy character as well. The unit is when I was reading that Rumble ability, I was just thinking like, okay, so she gives crit and HP up to Dex Quick, nice. She gives special CT up to Dex Quick, nice. Oh wait, she isn't considered any of those.
She's neither of those.
Which just like I get it, but it's also like I hate that quick. I hate that dual units don't count. I hate that dual units don't count for a color. You know, like
it's so dumb.
Because here's what I kind of get annoyed about. Like, you know how like we get the icons for like the Yamato's dual form in Quick, Yamato's dual form in Dex. Like, imagine if you could pick that, but then for like Rumble.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that'd be so sick. But like,
oh yeah, some dual units would be so cracked.
Exactly right. You know, whereas in this situation, naturally speaking, like Rumble's kind of bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's chat. Captain ability. Look.
Oh yeah, this character's had a lot of errors with them in regards to the text and how this character actually works. Because one component that you did not mention that we do now know is that every time a slash or striker uses a special, it actually reduces her cooldown, which is in her dual form.
Which is crazy, by the way. Like, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just nowhere. That's nowhere listed at all in that text, at least. You know, like
nope.
Has it been acknowledged in game yet?
Don't think so.
Oh my god. Okay. Wait,
because in the French version of the game, it's correct.
Oh, like it doesn't reduce cooldown, or it's meant to reduce cooldown with the text.
It is meant to reduce cooldown in her dual form, but on the global version, it does not state that.
But then in the solo forms, it's meant to reduce swap cooldown.
Yeah, the solo forms don't reduce her cooldown.
Okay.
It's just the dual form.
Right. Interesting. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, speak to me on this. If the final tap attack boost effect activates before the final stage, so as you're mentioning, if you tap with that 6th character, you lose the buff.
Mm-hmm.
Effect accumulates until the final stage. At the start of the final stage, applies the final tap attack boost accumulated based on the accumulated value. So like, this is just, if I'm correct in this line of thought, this is just essentially being like, it'll keep accruing the percentages throughout the quest, and then on the final stage you get the accrued value, even if you've used.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Okay.
That's a bit more wordy. I'm not too sure.
Interesting, because the way that I read it is that if you use it before the final stage, it'll still give you the value again on the final stage, if that makes sense. But maybe I'm wrong in that thought process there. Because if that's the case, and that's like naturally, that's really, really good. But either way, like the fact that she gives it in her captain ability and she has that accumulative potential in the captain ability too is really strong. And it works really well because naturally she's a final tap character, which I think her final tap is, I might go out on a limb here, might be like one of the best in the game, if not the best in the game.
In terms of damage, it's up there. You know,
like the fact that like boost attack of all characters with percent damage reduction by 1x to 4x for 1 turn, proportional to the strength of the percent damage reduction. So it's like,
it's not only just that, but it's that plus the final tap bonuses that this character can grant.
Exactly,
as well. So
like
you're stacking all those together. Like at max capacity, you can get like a 12x
final tap
damage boost that stacks with everything.
Like I don't think we have a 100. Do we have 100% damage reduction unit?
I think that's just nullified damage.
Okay, so
which is like Capone,
so we probably
like characters like that.
So you'd never be able to then properly get.
The closest you could get to would be 95% with Oden V2.
And then that would be like
3%.
They're like 3.8 attack boosts like that. Or like
3.9.
3.9. So like, which is really good, dude. Like that's
Yeah.
so much. Like when you think about it, like we raved on about V2 Straw Hats as they added like, what was it, 1.2x damage on top of everything.
Yeah,
like,
all of your crew's damage multiplied by 1.2.
And this unit does 3.95 by themselves alone, with just like that one hit, which again, if you're hitting hitting against color affinity, it might not do as much. But I think that this Yamato's final tap is really, really strong. Like it's a massive attack boost. Plus, like you mentioned, the new final tap buff adds so much more damage. And if it works the way that it's written, where it will just accumulate the final tap buff until the final stage, like, or at least accumulate it after you've used it by accident or whatever the case is. Like, you can probably get, like, you probably still won't get to that 200%, but like using this unit with, was it like, I think Momo is it Momo that has that ability where like every turn he adds to the whatever it is?
I don't remember his wording. I can pull him up real quick.
And boost final tap attack of slasher and free spirit characters by 10% for 1 turn when a slasher or free spirit character uses an attack up or amplification special for 3 turns. So like you can really finagle it in the sense of, if you're using these specials, you can keep buffing it and buffing it and buffing it. Like, I don't think it's possible yet, unless, I mean, like, there are like a lot smarter people in the community that are doing this to get to that 200% threshold right now.
It's very difficult to get to.
But
it takes a lot of time.
Even if you get to 100%, that's 2x buff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Plus like 76, like, what is it? Mr. 3 is what, 60% or is it 50%? Damage reduction.
3 is 50.
So there you go. Like you
use Brook support for 60%.
There you go. You use Brook support for even more, right? Like, so like, you know, like you
or
can
with her EX Super gives you 70%.
Oh, fucking all right, it's even better then. So it's like, you know, you have a lot of wiggle room with her final tap combined with the final tap attack boost. Combined
the thing
with
is that her Super EX needs 3 of the listed units, which is pretty difficult to get.
This was a bit weird. Like, when this character is in combined form from the Super Swap effect, and you have the 3 units.
It's very stupid.
Like, obviously, it has Straw Hat, so naturally it's a lot easier to achieve. But, like, at the same time, like, it should have been, I guess, like, EX Super, like, it has to be a little bit more challenging to acquire because you can't make it absolutely broken. But, like, I don't know. I felt like it's a bit annoying when it's like, you know, you have to have all this criteria. Do
you want to know what the stupid thing about it is?
Go for it.
The condition for her final tap requires Straw Hats or Oden. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't even read the
So her condition for her final tap is a completely different condition for her EX Super. They completely drop all the scabbards and Ace is not there anymore. Like, I don't understand that.
When your crew consists of any 3 of the following, excluding supports, and on the last stage, Straw Hats and Oden. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Like, that's really weird. But another thing that's also not listed is people have found out that the final tap condition changes upon level ups.
Yeah. So Solaris there put a note. He said damage reduction base attack boost is 50%, 100%, 150 or 200% for levels 2 to 5.
But it's not only that. When you get to level 4 final tap, you only need 2 of the listed characters.
Oh, it changes like that. Oh, shit.
The actual condition to activate the final tap will change when you get it to level 4.
Oh, that's shit.
Which is
good.
It's not even listed anywhere. Like, it's just people just found it out.
It's good, but it's also
it's
really
a good
shitty.
thing. But
like,
this is the first unit that had a condition change with their final tap, because with Super Tandem, every level it shows you what the condition is.
Yes, correct.
But it doesn't do that for final tap.
Wow.
But they've programmed it that way.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a better effect and it's easier to activate at high levels.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Special thoughts. What do you think?
Oh, it's a good special. It does a shitload of damage.
Yeah.
Good utility.
Yeah.
And also the 20% resistance for Striker and Slasher, which this character is both of it. So you get, 20% bonus and then another 20% bonus. So it's like a 1.44 bonus you're just getting for free, which is insane.
Like, you get a lot.
Increased damage taken.
Yep.
Like, it's just everything in this kit is all focusing around making her final tap do as much damage as possible.
I'm going to be very curious to see how Yamato fares against Gear 5. Like, what's going to be more viable, like in what situation? Because naturally, Gear 5, 6 plus can be Rainbow as well. So like, it's I think it'd be really interesting to see what kind of comes out on top. Obviously, with this current Kazuna, like, Gear 5 does get the shaft in, like, essentially saying, hey, don't bring him or else we're just gonna kill him in stage 2. So, like, you take it with a grain of salt there. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how her final tap fares out overall. But I mean, I think Flame stepped out for a little bit. So Knight, what do you think of this Yamato?
In general, or like
Just
the
yeah,
special?
no, just whatever. The whole unit, yeah.
I don't know. I kind of don't like that they did the Luffy Yamato thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Like that sort of concept. Like for me, that's kind of lame.
9 swaps is a lot, dude. I know,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot.
It's really bad if you use her as a sub. Yeah. So
Yeah,
You know, all things considered, she's crazy.
yeah, no, she's
I
fucking
also
powerful.
hate that they keep giving her fucking bind resistance. Like, give her something else.
Dude, that's true. That's really true. That's really
It's
true.
so annoying.
Do you think
Yeah.
like her cap because like her in her sailor ability reduces character special charge time by a turn every time another striker or slash uses a special? Surely that should have been reduces her swap.
yeah, that's what it is.
What is
Oh no. Oh, you mean for her crewmate ability?
yeah, crewmate ability. Yeah, like surely,
Oh yeah,
surely
it should have been.
Surely that should have been swap, and then the captain ability. I don't know. Really weird. Really weird.
It doesn't really make sense that you're charging her special because you still have to stall for her swap anyway.
Yeah,
like it's
like nine swaps is like I get like this. I mean, to be fair, like the swap's all right. 10% final tap attack up, 20% resistance down. You get some orbs, but like
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, her switch also does resistance. Oh my god.
yeah, so you get 40%
That's
in total.
so much damage.
And only the super swap gives you resistance though, not the base one.
Yeah.
So like I get it, but it's like 9 turns is a lot, dude. Like I get that we're always gonna be we're in the boosted meta, like things are boosted, so like, you know, you're gonna get plenty of cooldown on it anyway, but at the same time it's like, yeah, like not as good. Not as good. I mean, nothing else really to talk about, I suppose, before we keep harping on about it. Out of 10?
8 point. No, I'm gonna. Yeah, her final tap really helps. I'm gonna give her an 8.1.
I think if I gave Oden an 8.5, I'd have to give her like an 8.75. Or like, you know what? No, I think her final tap actually carries the fuck out of her. I'm gonna give her a 9.
Whew, Jesus.
I think she's really good. I think her final
I
tap
still find
carries her.
I still find it like super annoying to use.
Yeah, I mean, her Rumble kit is
This-
poo. Her Rumble kit.
Yeah,
is
her
poo.
Rumble kit is terrible.
Yeah. Night, round us out.
Yeah, I'll give her a 8.75.
There we go. Nice spectrum there. All right, what everyone's here to see, the creme de la creme of
Let's go.
of the New Year's.
This is a New
celebration.
Year's character. Like when we
Yes.
think what a New Year's
Yes.
character is, this is what we were thinking of.
Zoro and Sanji wings to become the king. Slasher driven. For Zoro, free spirit fighter. For Sanji, they become slasher free spirit. Dex quick. They have different. I think their separate captain abilities are the same.
They're slightly different,
Yeah.
but not by a whole lot. Just the way that they get their swap gauge.
And Sanji you can consume recovery orbs with perfects. Is this the first unit that removes Sailor Despair in the captain ability?
Yes, it is.
Really good, like a really unique. Actually, that's what Knight's talking about, right? Like Yamato keeps getting fucking bind, but like this shit's cool. Like I know, like at least like I don't know how often you're gonna be like, oh, let me just bring this captain,
not a lot.
you know. But like at the same time, like I think it's still really dope, you know, that you can do that. Anyway, dual captain ability. Reduce the special cooldown of all characters by 1 turn at the start of the fight. Boost the HP of fighter, slasher, striker, shooter, driven, and free spirit characters by 1.5x. Boost the attack of all those classes by 2.45 to 6x, depending on if the character has 2 matching classes. Makes Dex quick recovery in tandem orbs beneficial for those classes. Makes perfect consume recovery orbs and reduces Sailor Despair by 10 turns and allows overheal. Their Sailor abilities are actually like really good.
Cracked.
You know, they make a bunch of orbs beneficial. They can consume recovery slots. They reduce their swap when they use a tandem recovery or 1-0 slot. And then they also in their limit break Sailor abilities casually reduces 1 turn of despair, which is actually really good.
Because why not?
Yeah. Their super swap is at 7 turns, changes all orbs including block into tandem, boosts attack of all characters by 2.25, which is overrideable for 1 turn, and boosts the effect of all orbs of characters by 2.25, allowing override for 1 turn, and becomes Zoro Sanji for 3 turns. I think their specials are more or less the same, but they just change different. Zoro removes increased damage taken. Sanji removes threshold.
Defense up, you mean?
Defense up, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Defense up, threshold. They both do the attack and orb boost amplification by 0.3. Chain multiply growth rate. Oh, Zoro gives a higher chain multiply growth rate, 1.75. Sanji gives 1.5. But then Sanji adds more. He adds 2x to the chain multiplier, whereas Zoro adds 1x to the chain multiplier.
I actually didn't realize that.
And becomes Zoro 23. And then if Zoro is like, if your captain is Slasher, changes. Oh, okay. Zoro. So in your solo Zoro, it's if your captain is Slasher, changes class 2 of all non-Slasher characters to Slasher, and then for Sanji is if your captain is Free Spirit, changes class 2 of all non-Free Spirit characters to Free Spirit. Keep that in mind. Their combined special ability is deals 300x character attack in typeless true damage to all enemies, reduces enemies threshold and defense up duration by 7 turns, increases boost effects of attack and all buffs by 0.5, boosts the chain multiplier growth rate by 1.75 for 1 turn, and adds 2.0 to the chain multiplier for 1 turn. And if your captain is a Slasher or Free Spirit, changes class 1 of all characters to Slasher for 3 turns, and changes class 2 of all characters to Free Spirit for 3 turns. Their EX Super, which I think the EX Super can be used as a sailor, increases the chain tap timing bonus for Slash and Free Spirit characters by 0 to 0.7 depending on what you hit, and they change Slashers to Super Slashers and Free Spirit to Super Free Spirit. They have Super Tandem. So at level 5, any 2 of the following, a bunch of the Straw Hats, I think it can be used on any stage as well. Boost the tandem attack of Slashes and Free Spirits by 2.5x for 1 turn, and increases orb effects of Dex, 1, Recovery, Tandem, and Rainbow to 2.75 for 1 turn. Their Rumble kit, their Rumble ability at level 5 is level 6 HP and speed up buff to the crew, level 5 attack and defense up buff to Slashers. When any of the Straw Hats are on the crew, applies level 10 attack up buff to self. When any of the Straw Hats on the crew, applies level 5 defense up buff to self. Their ability at 30 seconds applies level 8 attack and speed up buff to Slashers, level 5 defense up buff to Slashers. When any of the Straw Hats are on the crew, 100% chance to grant haste to Slasher characters. Their GP leader at level 5, level 4 HP and speed up buff to crew, level 2 defense up buff to crew, level 5 attack and HP down buff to strength dex, level 4 special CT debuff down to strength dex. Their GP burst is after 50 seconds, 2 uses. When there are 5 or less crew remaining, applies level 8 defense up buff to crew for 50 seconds, deals 6k fixed damage to strength and dex, removes 50% of special CT to strength and dex. We have a
the
whole
GP
new buff.
was so weird.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, it's a strength and dex focus, but the unit's a fucking dex unit as well. Like, it's weird choice.
And it doesn't even affect dual units.
Yeah. So have
really
fun.
weird.
And Gear 5 says what's up. So we have a new buff. We can now change the class of characters to whatever we want, pretty much. And that's what's going to be going forward.
Man, they popped the hell off with this unit.
You are right. Like, this is what a New Year's Legend is. A brand new, like, buff. Like, the fact that in their dual form, if the captain is Slasher or Free Spirit, you change every character's class to Slasher Free Spirit. So they all get the buff. They all get, like, that's ridiculous.
And, like, if you really, like, delve into, like, how good that is, it means that their Super Tandem also works for all characters.
Yep.
It means that their captain ability will fully boost everyone.
Yep.
Which is obviously a good thing.
Yep.
Any effect, like I know that in some of the teams I was using with him, because everyone becomes Free Spirit, you can use that VV support, which gives a color affinity boost to Free Spirit. So everyone gets affected by that.
Yep.
Everybody gets one.
Like,
And then every chain buff, attack orb boost, full board of slots, every chain buff. Like, this unit just does so much, and utility as well, removing defensive effects off of the enemy. and it's a Zoro Sanji unit, so you get access to some of the best
so
supports
many
in the
good
game.
supports. Yep.
They're a damage dealing special, so you got some good supports because
Koshiro,
of that.
he's back, baby.
Yep.
Like,
Yes, sir. They've got goated support effects.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this unit just in every facet is just insane.
Okay, question. Who was more prolific? Zoro Sanji or Nami when they released?
Oh, definitely Nami
Yeah.
on release, I would
Yeah,
think.
I think so too. Yeah. I think like this unit is really, really, really good, but what it weirdly also does is it kind of like kicks out Tandem Zoro and Rush Sanji to some
that's
degree.
the other issue. Yeah.
Like, because it, like, I get it, but also like I think that Tandem Zoro and Rush Sanji are also really, really good characters as well.
Oh yeah.
So now
totally
it's like
agree.
this really hard decision making of like, okay, who do you use and where do you use them and what point? Like, you know, like so how do you approach it? I just think like I don't really have much to say because like they're actually not that confusing of a character either, right? Like they just give a lot of chain buffs. They give all the chain buffs actually. And then as we mentioned way earlier on in the show, the new Momo quick slasher works perfectly with this character. And it's weird because like when they released like Momo and Hiyori, because they were both quick slasher free spirits, right? I was a bit confused, but obviously now with the New Year's batch, Roger Oden being quick slasher centric, Yamato also being a quick slasher, these guys being a quick slasher, and they can essentially make any character into a slasher free spirit. Anyway, like the synergy of using all three of these units, and this is how you fucking do a release as well, right? During Anniversary last year, they kind of dropped the ball without doing a final tap, tandem, and rush. Whereas in this situation, they've released a final tap, tandem, and rush that all work really, really well together. And I think that that's super important when you're releasing like these kind of characters. And obviously, it also makes it easy to sell the units because like using them all together, you get all the buffs, you get a bunch. Like, I mean, like if you're using all these characters together, you get PDR, you get defense up, you get threshold removal, you get an attack orb, color affinity, all the chain buffs, you get the increase to the attack and orb boost, you get all characters get changed into a slasher and free spirit. Like you get a bunch of EX supers with cover all the classes and all the colors. Like, what more do you know, you don't really need much more, you know what I mean? You just need a couple conditional boosts, bring Robin, you know, make her a slasher free spirit, she's quick already.
The cool thing about this unit too is that if you, like, before you do all your stuff, Zoro's driven, so you can still use Big Mom with him. That's kind of funny.
Big Mom also works really well.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Fucking make Big Mom slasher free spirit, like...
Yeah, like, why not? You can.
Like... But like I think the coolest thing for me, which also simultaneously is the scariest thing for me, is that this unit kind of opens the door to them now being able to do this with classes and colors now, which is what we kind of wanted Bon Clay to be, right? We wanted Bon Clay to be the ability, which I mean he did it for himself, which is cool, but like now that we have a unit that can, and we have a buff icon, so like it's not like it's like a dinky like, oh, it's considered a slasher unit, but it's not really a slasher. It's like no, it's literally a slasher unit. They literally make the unit into a slasher free spirit, and they have there's a buff icon and stuff too.
The thing is though, is that if they end up doing this again, it's always going to be compared to this unit, and because this unit does so many different things, it's just not. It's not going to compare. Like it's just not like this. Unless if they do the same unit but for different classes, but
like offering the same stuff as well, like, you know.
Yeah.
No, you make a great point. I think that I just think like it's really positive that this is like a buff that we kind of expected to happen at some point in Treasure Cruise's life cycle, but like I was not expecting it. I mean, weirdly enough, I wasn't expecting it now, but at the same time, I think it's really good that this buff exists, and I think that it just adds so much.
It's so really cool because like what the condition for Roger Oden for their EX super is like you needed like slashes with crit. So you can actually just run crit characters and then make them slasher.
Yeah. And like that's the coolest part of this unit, because the creativity that's going to be added into team building from not like, but now that this unit exists as like a proof of concept of like we can make characters in the slasher free spirits, we can probably eventually they'll be powerhouse driven, etc. And even I will predict that colors will, you know, the framework's there. It's just about changing some items in the code, right? Like, I wait for the day that they release another Film Red Shank style character, but instead of making the boss quick, it makes like the unit's quick. Like the whole crew becomes quick characters, you know, and then you don't have to worry about the full immunity, but maybe they're making an immunity for it going forward. So like who knows, right? So like I think Bandai is very good at like making these really good buffs and then realizing, oh crap, these units are really good. We need to nerf them somehow. So I think we'll definitely see what it looks like going forward. But it's also a 3-turn buff in their dual form. So you can just carry it forward as well. So it's like, I haven't got much else to say. I mean, their Rumble kit's really good, I think, as well. It's very, very solid kit.
Another thing about the class change as well, it's very frustrating because they've been releasing the content where it's like, oh, attack down for all of these classes except for Slash of Free Spirit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, come on, dude.
You're not wrong. You're not
you
wrong.
assholes. You're just shoehorning this unit into being used.
Like, I can't even fathom how you would have done, what was it, the invasion fight? How like in TM has like the 10 turns of attack down to all the like, a bunch of classes except like Slash of Free Spirit. So how do you even get around that? Like, you know, unless you're basically forced to bring those classes or somehow forced to reduce 10 turns of attack down, which obviously is possible, but not ideal, you know?
Yeah.
So I got nothing else to kind of to add.
But yeah, their Rumble stuff. I've used them a bit in Rumble, and they were a lot better than I thought they were. I do have a little bit of an issue with them though. The fact that their special doesn't do any damage at all.
Yes, I was about to bring that up.
In their Rumble ability, they get additional like level 10 attack to themselves if you've got a Straw Hat.
Yeah. No, you are right. You're 100% correct there as well.
That's a fucking point.
Yes. 100% chance of haste to slashes and, you know, like quick slasher team, what's up? Like again, you know, like you could definitely put these guys on there, slasher teams easily. Like they're just a very solid character.
You can get a little unlucky sometimes, like
fair.
where you get the wrong attack order, but if you get it to work properly and this guy launches first, not only does he haste them, but he gives them a bunch of stat increases. So, you know, you got Roger Oden, and then you got Roger Whitebeard, and then you got Oden and K-Dad doing just a bunch of specials. Yeah, that's good.
Absolutely. Peanut Boys, what do you guys think?
One word, bullet.
Yeah,
Bullets back,
Bullets back, baby. Make Bullet a Slash of Free Spirit. It's fucking time, dude.
Damn, I didn't even think of that.
Let's fucking go. You're so true. Bullet stays winning, man. Nothing changes, buddy.
But in all seriousness, this is kind of what I wanted, like Gear 5 to do.
Yeah,
change things to like Free Spirit.
Yeah,
like I feel like that would have been kind of cool.
Gangster
But
as fuck, dude. Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, I like that Zoro and Sanji have like something new,
super unique.
Like there's something new. Yeah.
Flame.
Yeah, to double back on that. Yeah, I also like units that have like unique effects, like what's it called, the fear reduction. Yeah, I feel like that's not something that too many units would have.
Not at all.
And then I also really like their super switch. I feel like that could definitely be useful.
Even just their level 1 switch, their base switch is really good.
Yeah, especially like with like old concept mindset, like that would be like insane.
Look, they're basically just like a better version of Roger Whitebeard swap.
Yeah,
and their buff is overrideable, so it's like you know, which is really
getting
really good.
Tandem slots so you can generate super tandems every turn. Like it's this is the first switch unit in the game that generates adjacent slots as tandem. So even if you're not using their own super tandem, like you got some other random character that has a super tandem, you can just
pick
do whatever you want.
Pick a Whitebeard, or like, you know, these units that have like them one turn like taps and you're in there, like, you know, pick a Whitebeard or the lead team lead performers, for example, like that kind of stuff where it's like it's not the biggest buff, but like it's still there and it's still very potent, you know, which is really, really good.
Also, side note, I'm taking a look at their sprite right now, like still image. Is it like are the auras just like going crazy?
Yeah,
like,
the auras going crazy. Like they're fucking huge. You know, it's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, really, really good character. Nothing else from me, I suppose there. But out of 10, gentlemen, last one for the year. Well, not for the year. Jesus Christ, we haven't started the year. Last one for New Year's, I should say. Out of 10.
9.37.
Yeah, this is a 9.5 from me. I think this is the best of the three. I think Yamato will get better over time because of the final tap, but I think this is just a really just fucking solid 9.5 from me.
9.2.
Might round us out.
9.5.
9. There we go. Love that from us. That's it. That's the new celebration in terms of Legends done. I don't really want to delve too deep into these other things. I'm just going to like label this as the remainder of the new celebration. 6+ final tap Law. He's out. He's about.
He just kind of exists.
Kind of exists. He got a few buffs.
He's there.
He's cool, I suppose. Good on him.
He's super tight. Got a little bit of a nice buff, removing paralysis and attack down. That's kind of cool. And he just does more damage, and that's basically it.
I want to give a shout out to the worst rare recruit of the year already, Toki. One of her sailor abilities. If this character has a strength or quick slot, and you attack with this character, she increases the resistance against slashes by plus 50%, so you do less damage. And then if this character has a tandem or 1-0 slot, when you attack with this character, she reduces slasher resistance by minus 15%. So if you hit with a strength or quick orb, you actually like reduce your damage by 50%. Just slashes do at least. So
good job, Toki.
Shout out to Toki for being a menace to society. I'm going to leave Ace for a little bit because I want to actually chat about that a bit. Not like the character, but just the concept. We got TM, again, TM Legend Luffy. This is going to be a thing going forward. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious to see. Like, we're going to be getting TM Legends pretty consistently. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I actually don't mind what this character does. I think this character is actually pretty goddamn solid.
He's very solid. He is very, very solid. I don't think naturally it's not a must-need or must-have character. But
no, it's a Luffy at the end of the day.
Yes, and that's the problem with him, right? Like, if this was like, you could have fucking made this like legend, I don't know, like Brook or some shit, you know, whatever it is, and you'd be like, fuck, this is actually really good. But because it's a Luffy, like, you're gonna get a new Luffy anytime soon. But
yeah, that is the problem. But he's not a bad unit. He's got a great special. He's super tight, very similar to the Otama legend, like guaranteed conditional boost because why not? And then also removing special bind by 6 for everyone with his super type. That's also just incredibly good. And his captain doesn't do a whole lot. It's just cooldown HP damage slots, very typical stuff, healing. But yeah, he's an acceptable unit.
Also self-procking, like you said, conditional. But also, he can pop his own special, so you can do a lot of shenanigans with that. And he removes silence, paralysis, burn in his special. He heals. He gives you rainbow slots top and bottom. If you have an attack boost, he boosts color affinity. Otherwise, he boosts the attack if he boosts the attack of quick free spirit, which is naturally again really, really solid as well. I think the unit's very good. He has hunger. He also has a last tap, but no one gives a shit about his last tap. So we ball. But otherwise, I think it's really good. I think it's a very, very, very solid character. And again, like, I think there's like two sides of the coin for these kind of like TM legends that release, where it's like, this is going to be really good come anniversary time when they do the film red structure, where one of the banners will have TM legends on it, hypothetically speaking, of course. Like, and you'll be able to pick up legends like, like TM Luffy and all the other TM legends that end up coming out in the first place. So like, in that sense, it's really good. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm not a big fan of them now just shoehorning legends into TM or willy-nilly in that kind of degree.
Yeah.
All right, let's chat about Exchange Ace. Brand new concept.
Bro, the first thing I saw about that Ace was your tweet.
Of how much XP he needs?
Yeah.
Was that 775 million XP to get to level?
Who would do that?
Level 1? Yeah. Todd, you wouldn't do that, right? Surely not.
I would never.
Surely not stupid enough to spend all your resources on this Exchange Ace, this free-to-play legend.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, ridiculous, right? Look, let's be honest with ourselves. This, in its own regard, is a really, really, really cool concept. Really cool concept. The fact
I agree with that.
The fact that like this legend is a free-to-play legend. This legend, I mean, free-to-play in quotation marks, I suppose. But at the same time, the legend's purchasable from a bunch of different areas. So I'm trying to find it. There was a list of where he was purchasable. You can get him from the Rayleigh's Bazaar for 100k Ray points, the Metal Exchange for 1,000 medals, the Kazuna Shop for 500 insignias, the Rumble shop for 30,000 Rumble tickets, the TM shop for 50,000 blue tickets, or the PKA shop for 300 PKA tickets. That's
and then his
really
Super Evolution skulls.
and that's really expensive. And then he has Super Evolution skulls for 100 each, which is double. It's. Furthermore, there's only 6 copies of the unit available, so you can't
get him completely capped out
without using other resources, right?
Correct.
Furthermore, I want to continue bashing on him real quick. A normal legend requires 155 million EXP to get from level 1 to level 150. Ace requires 25 million from level 1 to 99, and another 750 million from 99 to 150. So you would need 2,067 strength Himeis or 387 rainbow Himeis to get him to max level. On top of that, his limit break expansion requires 800 quick dex and int shards, 300 quick dex and int crystals, 36 quick dex and int orbs, 1,280 strength shards, and 920 psi shards, 505 strength crystals, 395 psi crystals, 76 strength orbs, and 46 psi orbs.
Yeah, he does.
So essentially, it's about 6 times the amount of XP of a regular legend and about 2.5 times the regular limit break crystals you need, or limit break materials you need for a regular legend. Now, is he better than a regular legend?
He is, but he's not. For the amount of investment that you need to get him to 150, he is not worth that. If you want to get him to 99, sure. Like you can get all the copies eventually.
Yeah.
But then just leave him at level 99.
That's what I've done.
Like that's
one copy
more than enough.
More than enough.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And this is kind of again this idea of right idea, wrong execution, annoyingly, because we have this really cool concept of players have been accumulating all of these free materials for a very long period of time.
Yeah.
Free materials, that's wrong. Having been accumulating these materials for a long period of time, we're going to give them another opportunity to use them. We're going to give them a legend. But instead of just giving us a legend, you've given us an investment project, which, mind you, they attempted to do in Kizuna a long time ago, where they released like that Zoro Sanji Kizuna unit. Remember that? That was like... Yep. Took 5 months to max out, then it was already outdated immediately. Furthermore, they've also attempted this in the past with TM Garp, where he was fully purchasable from the TM shop. That didn't work either. Like, I understand. I completely do understand it as like it's a really good concept. It genuinely is. But the problem with this concept is that it doesn't work when it's that expensive. And I also have other concerns in that because they've only released 6 copies of the unit, eventually they need to release basically another 6 more, right? At some point.
I think so. So
what happens? Will I have my copies reset if I haven't purchased them? Will they add additional quantity to those so instead of it being quantity 1 in the Ray shop, it now says quantity 2 if I haven't purchased it from there? Am I going to be punished for not purchasing those 5 extra copies? How's that going to work? Are you going to basically force players to purchase the copies to be able to refresh them? Like, I know that's like very like I don't know what the word is, but like being very like scared, I guess, at the end of the day, of like how they're going to approach it. But at the same time, the FOMO, yeah, that's a good way to put it. But like, I'm going to be very concerned, like, if I don't choose to go and purchase those additional 5 copies of Ace and they end up doing the refresh, do I now lose out on 5 copies of Ace and have to now wait again for God knows how long, to get another 5 copies of it in the future? You know what I mean?
Potentially.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a really cool concept, but it's really poor execution. But I mean, you maxed them out. So
Yes.
what's your vibe? How do you feel about him? Like, how have you, I know you've definitely used them for sure. So what's the
Yeah.
how do you feel? How does he go? How does he fare? Especially in this New
Mm.
Year's period as well. You know, on top of that too.
I think he's actually a really good unit. His captain ability is not bad, you know, cooldown, HP, and you get more damage the lower your HP is, where he's got a special that does health cut, so that makes sense. He is the first captain in the game to have the ability to reduce chain attack down. So that's really unique.
That's true. Yep.
And the thing about it is that he gets that even at like the base level, so you don't
Yeah.
need investment to remove that. So that's a positive.
Mhm.
You can just have him and remove it. And if you run double ace, you remove 10 turns of that debuff. So that's nice. So that could be used in the future. But the big thing about this unit that most people know him for is that he is another double stacking conditional boost character.
Yep.
A little bit different from Big Mom and Robin though, where those two characters required, you know, Free Spirit Cerebral or Driven Powerhouse. Ace now requires Shooter or Striker Captain. So it just gives you double stacking conditional boost for different team builds, which is cool. And he's a burn conditional. And another thing about this ace that is really cool is that he gives you guaranteed burn conditional that actually goes over multiple stages. So like the conditional lasts for 3 turns. He goes through immunity when you first launch it, but then after 1 turn, you inflict ignite through immunity again. So you can kill like a stage 4 and then carry this buff into stage 5, burn them again as soon as you reach the next stage. So that's really neat, and have this conditional boost that can last over multiple stages. Full board of tandem slots. He has final tap. So if you find good characters with super tandem to work with this guy, he's going to be a nice unit to have, potentially for super boss scenarios.
And to be fair, like with the release of PK 5+ Whitebeard, he helps a lot in that regard too. The release of that Strength Kizuna Rare Recruit marker that's coming out for the upcoming Kizuna also works really well with his aces on top of that as well. Plus, it works really well with the rest of his kit, you know, with the HP reduction and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So they're definitely like providing support, which I think is really, really dope, right? I don't know. I just can't get over the fact of like, fuck me, is this character expensive? You know?
Yeah,
it's like unnecessary. Like if he, like, to be honest with you, if he was ballistically broken, like to no degree, like I would be like, okay, fair enough. Like fair enough, he's very expensive, cool. But like the fact that like he will probably get outscaled pretty quickly, unfortunately, in the Trojan Cruise climate, or like they will release characters in future that potentially do remove chain attack down, and that kind of stuff. Like I just I don't know. It's a bit of a sour taste in the mouth, but I'm not against them doing this going forward. Like keep releasing these free to play esque exchange characters, I suppose.
Because that's one thing that people keep saying. They're like, oh, are they going to do more of this in the future? But the thing is there isn't really evidence to show that they will do this again.
Correct.
Because the times that they've released like free to play things that requires you to purchase them from shops, they've only done it like once in each of these shops before, and they just never do it again.
Yeah.
So while they release this ace now for this New Year's celebration, do I think that they are going to release this again? Honestly, at the moment, I don't think they are going to do this again. But I mean, they could do it. Like they definitely could. They're showing that they can do it.
Absolutely.
It's just a matter of will they do it.
I think like,
and also something that I haven't checked: do these copies expire from any of the shops?
That's a great question. I'm gonna look at that right now. I think like the other factor of it as well is that like I could see them doing this. Ace doesn't it doesn't say he expires in the Kizuna shop there.
What about like Rayleigh's Bazaar?
Let me have a look. It'll still. I think I bought mine from Rayleigh's Bazaar, so it'll still show the unit there, but just 0 quantity, right?
I have no idea.
Let me have a look.
But yeah, that's
It doesn't.
It's interesting.
I think like I could see them. Yeah, it doesn't show that. I could see them going forward and like doing like another one for 10th Annie or like anniversaries in general. It's really weird. It says on the Sugo Rare thing, it says remaining time 0 minutes for me. So it's a bit peculiar.
That's odd. What the hell?
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it doesn't say anything. I mean, in the few places that I've looked, it hasn't said anything. So I'm assuming that he doesn't have an expiry, but that'd be pretty. I think that'd be really shitty of them to put an expiry. Yeah, it doesn't have an expiry anywhere that I can see so far. So, okay, fair enough. But yeah.
Do you guys think that the
Mhm.
Ace was done better than the Garp, like on release, like in the context
yeah.
of when
Yeah.
that Garp?
Well-
yeah. Okay.
Well, it's it depends on how you look at it. Do you think? Are you saying like in
Yeah,
terms
yeah.
of the unit or in terms of how you acquire the character?
I would say like a bit of both. You can
Hmm.
like
I
both of
think
them.
I actually think that this character is a better implementation than Garp because
Yeah.
those TM tickets were basically so hard to get that like all the
Yeah,
copies because you needed to max out Garp to actually make him good. Whereas with Ace, you don't need him completely maxed out for him to actually be good.
Yeah.
And also because he's available from so many different shops, even if you might not have played a hell of a lot of like PKA, you probably have played a decent amount of TM or Kizuna, and you could purchase the Ace.
Also,
So
like,
I think it's more accessible than the Garp.
yeah, exactly right. Like he's more accessible because like he has more outlets to purchase him from. Whereas like the biggest shit thing is actually the Kizuna insignia problem, which is becoming like this whole notion of like the Kizuna jail, where like because of how much they're
Yeah.
releasing and how little insignias they're providing players, it's now becoming longer and longer for players to actually max out or super evolve characters, and he just adds to that pressure of like 500 insignias is a lot of Kizunas. It's like a couple months worth of Kizunas to get a 500, if not like a year's worth, you know? So
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty crazy.
Like it's gonna take multiple years for people to purchase everything from the insignia shop. Whereas like for example, Rayleigh's Bazaar, just go farm GPU stuff for like 10 hours, and then there you go. You probably have like you could farm 100k Ray points, or eventually you can get 1,000 medals. I know that's 100. It's like 90 something multis, but like you can get that many. You know what I mean? Whereas like the insignias is the biggest growth. The PK, you can actually get like 300 to 400 tickets per season. You know, which is very. I think like you get like 270 from rewards, and then you can definitely get a lot more from just playing every single day. So like even there, you can get a lot more, and you know, what's the last one? Blue tickets. You get what 33,000, I think it is roughly from the points, 10 mil.
And then you get a decent chunk.
And then like you get a lot of drops of blue tickets during treasure map itself, right? So like you can easily end up. But yeah, it's the insignias that's the kind of the biggest crux to everything for a new player's perspective, I should say.
Oh, Rumble tickets are pretty hard to get to.
Yeah, to be fair, 1,000 Rumble. How much was it? It's like 30,000.
30K.
That's so much.
That's actually
that's
an insane amount.
That's 100. That's 1,000. That's like over 1,000 Rumble matches. Is it? Yeah, that's the math, right? 30k divided by 1,000 should be like, yeah, just shy of like 1,000 Rumble matches. You know, if you're averaging like 25 Rumble, 25 tickets per Rumble match if you're lucky. You know what I mean? Like you're looking at like 850 Rumble matches. Divide that by 3. That's like 200 gems. So it's like
it should have been like 5,000 tickets.
Yes, I think like I think like what Exchange Ace also shows me is like that Bandai still doesn't understand the economy of their own game and where where resources values come from and that kind of stuff. Like saying 30k Rumble tickets makes no sense because people don't even have enough Rumble tickets to max out their own, like, you know, their own islands, let alone 30k is a massive time. 30k Rumble tickets is like 3 or 4 seasons of Rumble. You know, which is
it's a lot, man.
Which is disgusting. You know what I mean? So like all in all, it becomes challenging there. But I mean, you know, I could go on for hours, but I probably should I'll cut myself short there. But I think at the end of the day, really really cool concept. I'm all for it. It's just really expensive. That's kind of the mantra that I'm with it. And the Ace is a decent character. Like I don't think he's amazing. I don't think he's dog shit, but he's a decent character. So anyway. That's it for that one. I guess we round out. I mean, we got 6 plus V2 Kaido as well. Just quickly,
the big boy.
He's the big boy. He actually is pretty good.
Yeah, he's
increased
good.
damage through immunity, which is really positive. His Rumble got a little bit of a buff too.
Yeah, Kaido like was already a unit that saw play in Rumble, so just buffing those. It's kind of like when Tesoro got a 6+, like Tesoro was already seeing play, and then they just buffed him, and it's like, okay, cool, thanks.
So I think it's a very, very solid character. Not much to really talk about there though, but he does come alongside the Kizuna 5+ Alba. He's coming
I
out.
am not looking forward to this Kizuna.
This Kizuna. Have you guys seen the graphics, Night and Flame?
I saw your quote tweet of it. I haven't looked at him personally, but I just saw your quote tweet.
I'll be honest with you, whoever's running the graphics right now is doing a good job because like the way that they've structured it looks a lot better now. It's more like it's way more readable than in the past. It just looks like more text because they've just rewritten this stage 31 text again, but with the stage 31 buffs or debuff, sorry, which I think is actually better in the long run. The JP one though is fucked. Have you guys seen the JP one?
It's so messy.
Bro, there's like
I haven't.
Bro, no. Just fucking look at. No, I didn't actually send this to the gang because like this is fucked. I think it's FX, right? All right, FX didn't work there. Just click on that link. Why the fuck did it give me? Okay, give me the link to the whole last. Why did it link the whole last? Anyway, there we go.
Oh my god.
It's
Bro,
like
what?
the mini bosses for some reason have 8 screenshots and they make no sense. Like, it actually makes no. I don't. How am I reading this? Like, how am I reading this? What's the difference between screenshot 1 and screenshot 2? Nothing. There's barely a difference between screenshot 1 and 2. There's barely a difference.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I'm kind of confused. Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't even see these other ones down here.
Oh, I get why they do it. I get it. It's because the text scrolls across for some of the stuff, so they post the screenshot twice so that you get the second half of each of the sentences. That's why they do it.
Yeah.
There's got to be a better way to do this.
Yeah,
they're too lazy to do the graphics.
It's doing it the global way. You know what I mean?
Rare global W.
Rare global W. But with these screenshots, I mean, not really with the screenshots, we got the announcement of version 13.4, which finally is bringing with it Kizuna crew slots and in-game and gimmicks in-game. Oh my days. We've been waiting for it for so long though. Like it's actually such a good update. I mean, it doesn't do anything for fucking Kizuna. Kizuna's still gonna be shit, but at least you can put your crews in the right places and you're not gonna make the mistake of picking the wrong team for the wrong fight.
Yeah.
Very positive.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. And it's going to be for this upcoming Kizuna too. They're going to have a maintenance.
Yeah, we get the maintenance first, which is like a massive dub. So it's like, you know, it's actually good. It's actually really good. Like, it's a bit upsetting. There's no actual update to Kizuna itself, but
yeah, to make it a better mode.
Yeah,
because it was funny for the longest time because Treasure Map was so annoying and bad that we're like, oh yeah, Kizuna's just the best game mode because it was like the most fun.
Yeah.
But now as time has progressed, like Kizuna hasn't changed
at all
forever.
Yeah. Bro, TM's so fast now. TM, you can get 10 mil like within like 12 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so fast now. Like within the first day, you can get 10 mil like very easily. Like it's crazy. You know, like in comparison to the past, like it's so much quicker to people to get 10 million dip. But one interesting portion was the end of the letter from the OPTC team, which was thank you for who participated in the Trial Cop quest that has been on since December. We'll also be running a survey about the Trial Cop quest starting from Jan 22nd. Everyone who finishes the survey will get 5 gems, so be sure to let us know how we can make adjustments in the future. We will also announce the official release for the co-op quest in a future letter from the OPTC team. Well, with that said, the One Piece anime set off on a new arc starting this January. And we have we here at the OPTC team are working hard to make sure to bring you fun, brand new adventure as soon as we possibly can. So keep an eye out. We will hopefully continue. Hopefully you continue a Treasure Cruise OPTC team. And then in the bottom right hand corner of that graphic, we see the silhouette of none other than Dr. Vegapunk / spoiler alert Lilith.
Indeed.
So, which is dope. I think my headcanon is that potentially a end of month batch for her. That'd be my assumption right now.
That or global anime, maybe.
Ooh, good shout.
Or maybe something later. Who knows?
But I mean, hey man, no more Wano. No more Wano. So hopefully.
For a week.
Yeah, for a week. And then it's back to Roger and Oden. And, you know,
Let's go.
Roger, Whitebeard, Oden. I don't know, some other combination. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it for news. We've made it in 2 hours into the new year, I suppose. But in other news, nothing. I don't have anything listed in other news because, you know, I didn't want to go through everything. But there's no other in other news. So,
Okay.
from everyone's actual favorite section, it is the shout outs. You know, these people that stuck around, we do greatly appreciate everyone that's, you know, maintained and stuck around. And we, you know, it's been very valuable to us that, you know, you continue to support the show. We do greatly appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to, of course, our GGP producer of Alexander Wisniewski, our perfect member of Bryan, Kisa, McDermott, our great members of MyDrunkenMoneky and Cswins, and our good members of Ryoiin, Stump D, Red Halo, Dr. E Recshin, Wankafella, Mike Schallo, and our new member who joined us during the award show, Derry Jackson. Thank you so much for choosing to support
shout out
us.
to the homie.
Shout out to Derry. We appreciate you.
Derry.
But, you know, thank you for joining us, and, you know, thank you to everyone else that's continued to support us even over the break, etc., etc. With that being said, from everyone's favorite section in the shouts into everyone's actual favorite section, it is the Q&A.
The Q&A.
The Q&A.
Let's go. First one of the year. If you have questions, make sure you send them through to us via our Twitter at GGP Podcast or our YouTube community tab. First question comes in from @AsianGuyStream. What's up, Atsu? Man's asking a question.
Yo.
If you could erase one major post-Sabaudi archipelago arc and subsequently all the characters involved in said arc, excluding Straw Hats, resulting in them getting deleted from OPTC and all future updates, what would it be and why? Fisherman Island is a cop-out answer.
Bro, this is so easy.
Go for it.
I'm gonna be an asshole.
Go for it.
Punk Hazard getting fucking
Yeah,
wiped.
you're getting Punk Hazard. No Caesar.
So that means no Kinemon, no Momos, they're out.
They're out. No Caesar. See you later. He's gone.
No Smoker, no Toshigi.
No Toshigi.
No Dofi, or no Kuzan.
No Dofi, no Kuzan.
Yeah.
What are you on with?
I was gonna do Egghead.
well,
that just deletes everyone. Oh wait, hang on. Does that mean you delete all the Straw Hats too?
No, he said without. He said
Well,
excluding
it's no straw.
He said they're safe. They're safe. Flame.
I gotta send the L to our boy Todd here. We're getting rid of whole cake.
Oh no, not whole
But
cake.
pudding. Why get rid of pudding? Get rid of pudding?
Yeah, true, dude.
You gotta get rid of her, man.
It's just a sacrifice.
Just to get rid of
Over.
Katakuri, you got rid of pudding.
Well, to be fair, Atsu, if we remove characters, that would actually remove the synergy from the One Piece characters and actually make OPTC a worse game because you're not using units that actually saw each other in the story. So I actually would abstain and not remove any arc. You know,
Okay.
I'll let the fans figure that one out from, you know, go back. No one's gonna bite on that. No one's gonna bite on that at all. Am I gonna really stand here alone and fight against this demon, this creature? Hold that, Atsu. We're still fucking here, bitch. You keep on playing your Genshins and all that fucking nonsense and give me some money, man. I need some help, please. I beg you. Get me famous too. No.
That was a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, little ups and downs. Anyway, thanks, Atsu, for asking a question there. The next question from @Carissa Sunrise. Hello, Carissa. If you could only smell one scent for the next 10 years, of what scent would it be? Your mother.
Oh.
Next question. @Red.
Wow.
All right, one cent for the next 10 years. What you got?
Damn.
I don't know, like vanilla or some shit like that.
Am I allowed to say my mum's cooking, or am I not allowed to say that?
What's she cooking?
Nah,
She's always whipping. You know what I'm saying? The scent from the kitchen that my mother is cooking in.
Whip it in the kitchen, make a stir fry.
Probably, I don't know. She could make some stir fry. Pretty bad.
I don't know, like you know that scent like sandalwood.
Okay.
I really like that scent.
Okay, I see you. Man's a candle guy. We love it. Flame's definitely a candle guy, I reckon. What do you got, Flame?
I just hear Carissa yelling in the background when I said sandalwood. She says,
Ew. Too bad. 10
Yeah.
years.
I got the ego answer. My cologne.
Oh, it's like an egotistical man.
I mean, it's not a bad one.
It's actually a good shout, though, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. That's fair enough.
No, but if I'm not picking that, like I think a really good shot would be like that new sneaker smell or like that new item smell. I honestly
Oh no!
that's
You
like
know
a
what the best
God-tier
smell
smell.
is? You open a new pack of cards and
Yeah,
you
new pack
smell
of
the
cards.
cards. Dude, that's the best smell of all.
There we go.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my god, dude.
There you go. There's these smells, Chris. I'll go for it.
Yeah, wait, Carissa, what's your smell?
What's your smell?
Wait, rosewater candle or what? Oh, she says the rosewater candle that she has or Chipotle.
So I can say my mom's
Okay.
cooking then. If she can say Chipotle, I can say my mom's cooking.
Yeah, I guess that counts.
We're
then,
allowed.
huh?
We're allowed. All right. Next question from @RedHalo Gaming. He asks, "Yo, welcome back. 2 questions for you. What are your thoughts on the hypothetical non-gold final tap Super Tandem Rush tablet? I think it's easy. Yeah,
That should happen.
that should have existed a long time ago." And the next question is, what would you choose between being able to travel on any kind of transportation for free or never have to pay for any beverage ever again, and you can't sell the drinks?
Oh,
Never
the
have to pay for
transportation.
Transportation, yeah. I was gonna say
Transportation's free. Just airfares. Easy.
Yeah.
After going on airfares for so long and knowing how expensive they are, dude, that's free.
I want to know who's picking the drink, and what are you drinking?
Some alcohol.
What claim? Did you say you? All right. Why?
I'm
What's your
picking it
rationale?
because in New York nobody pays for transportation anyway.
Damn. I
Pick the drinks.
Damn, you're right.
Damn.
You're right.
Damn. Not wrong. Not wrong. All right. Next question. From Nagash9322, they ask, "What are your predictions for Annie, and will the never-ending Wano arc be over by then?" Honestly,
Sorry.
who knows? Who knows at this point? But what do you think? I mean, Annie's like, I guess global Annie potentially, obviously something Egghead related. I think. Will we get those? Man. Will we get those fights by the time JP Annie happens?
Wait, we just got an update on for news for Treasure Cruise.
Oh shit!
And they're giving us
pirate level achievement packs. Yes,
they're re-putting those in.
Yes.
But if you actually read it, there's like some of them have legend tickets, and it says the most recent legend ticket is like Halloween Perona, Halloween Hancock.
Zog, it's the exact same. It's the exact same packs they released like 4 years ago.
One.
It's like 4 years ago, dude. What the fuck? Yes!
That's so left field. What the hell?
Hey, we'll take the fucking gem pack. So that's like
we take
that's like
those.
600-700 gems or some shit. Hopefully, you know.
Yeah, that gives you so many.
Dub. Treasure Cruise dub. I think.
Anyways,
I think. What was I asking? Will like though I'm not gonna like specify. I mean, will the fights? I think when I say like, will the fights occur by the time of JP Annie? If you know what I'm saying. I
believe so.
Okay, if that's the case,
I think so.
If that's the case, I could easily see them doing film red style for like each of those fights and having two legends.
If that lines up, that would be a fucking goated Annie.
That's my personal prediction.
Back to back.
Dude, look at the
damn.
If you sorry to derail again. Look, if you look after version 11.2.2 maintenance, that's the wrong maintenance. And then the text has been updated to say updated October 27, 2022 after version 12.2. And then again
late February.
And then again it said update Jan 19th, 2024, and the purchase limit has been reset. So it's the exact same pack, it's just the purchase limit's being reset.
So they're resetting, the packs are resetting late February, so for Global Zanny.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Good
anyways.
What
were we talking about again?
Annie Legends.
Annie. Right, yeah, dude, if they do those things back to back, it's time. It's over.
That's I think I could see that being like, that would be such a fucking dope anniversary.
But at the same time, because it's 10th Annie, I feel like they're just gonna do like a special celebratory Luffy character, I feel, for 10th Annie. Kind of like a Log Luffy style thing.
Oh, 6+ for Luffy.
Maybe that's when we finally get him.
I'll invest in that. That seems like a dub. Yeah. I mean, like, it's gonna be Egghead for global. I'd be very shocked if it wasn't. I mean, we might still get like a little teasing of Wano naturally for the rest of this year. We will still get Wano related. I mean, look at Whole Cake and Dressrosa and Treasure.
Oh, when you
Cruise,
said like prediction for Annie, is this prediction for Japan's Annie or
both,
Global's?
I would say both.
Oh,
Global Annie,
I think
definitely.
the fights won't be here by Global Annie, but for Japan Annie, they should.
Sorry, I mean like the fights for Japan Annie, and then
Yeah,
Global
yeah.
Annie will be like Egghead. I'd be very shocked if we didn't get like a Vegapunk. Something Vegapunk related.
I wonder where the anime will even be up to in May.
Well, I know that the I don't want to speak it too loud, but that one fight that ended very quickly.
Yep,
was
that's
early
very soon.
February. That was early February in the manga last year.
Right. Okay. So
Well,
you
isn't there like a little? There's a little bit that happens before that though. I think.
Yeah,
If I
I mean the
remember.
other stuff. Yeah. So
Oh,
if we go by
you're talking about the okay. I was thinking about the Luffy related one.
no.
I don't think.
Nah,
I'm talking about the other three fights.
Yeah.
Like, because I think like how cool would Annie be if it was like because they're gonna do film red structure, and film red structure more or less means 2 Super Sugos or 1 Super Sugo, 1 regular batch legend. So you could easily have like the quote unquote winner of each fight being the Super Sugo, and then the quote unquote loser of each fight being like the other legend that exists or whatever. I think that'd be so dope.
That would be crazy.
But I mean, we'll probably just go back to Wano, get another Momo, get another
Yamato.
Yamato. Yeah, of course, Yamato.
Let's go.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. All right, next question. At Tyler Machine 17, they ask, if there was one game you guys could make a sequel happen for, what would it be? It can be something from way back in time or a more modern game. What game would you make a sequel for?
Like a direct sequel or just
a sequel? Like a sequel, however you want to think about it, I suppose.
I have 2.
Go for it.
One for a game that I haven't fully completed, but I know that everyone would want it, and then for a game I have completed, I would love to see Ghost of Tsushima get a sequel because I loved that game, completed it from start to finish. And another one that I haven't fully completed, but I know everyone loves it, Bloodborne.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't even want a sequel. I just want a remake.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that's
do both. What about you? What are you thinking?
I need that Persona 6, man.
Dude, yeah, fair.
If you want to count that as a sequel,
Yeah,
count
why
that.
not?
And
Yeah.
I would like a new Danganronpa game.
Baldur's Gate 4.
Baldur's Gate 4.
Actually, fuck both of those. Yeah, let me get that Baldur's Gate 4, man.
Actually, you know what's
Right
a
now.
good call for this one? Fucking Mario Kart. Give us another sequel.
Oh
to that,
shit!
please.
Yeah, true, dude.
Nah, fuck that. Let me get another DLC pack. I'll take that.
Yeah, give me another
We're stuck in DLC prison
give me another
forever.
give me another 6 fucking tracks, man. Give me another 6 more tracks.
Oh, no.
No. Oh, that's so good.
6 tracks and another NPC fucking kart fucking racer. It's over.
Knight, do you have anything, Knight?
Oh god, maybe Battlefront 3 for like the old games. Yeah,
Okay.
that would have been peak.
All right. As long as it's not made by EA, right?
Yeah, I mean the EA one's fine, but
It's just how they
like
manage
after
together, really.
10 years, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call, actually.
Love that. I don't think I have anything really.
What about you?
If I had to be greedy, like it'd be another Binding of Isaac for me personally. Like
Among Us.
Another Binding of Isaac would be really cool. I mean, obviously this is the second one anyway, but like, I fucking love Isaac. He won't do it, but it'd be really cool if they did. Otherwise, like, I don't know. Fucking Treasure Cruise 2, is that what everyone wants us to say? We can say that then as well.
Yes, sir.
OPTC 2. Oh, also I want to say fucking Don Memo's closing down. That's what I should have said in fucking other news. Our memo's shutting down.
Yeah.
You know how fucking sad
It was
that
ju-
is?
Isn't it just the global
Rest in
one, or is
peace.
it
I think
all
it's just
versions?
I think it's just the global version. I think it was. I can't
Okay.
remember exactly, but I think something. But yeah, rest in peace, Dan Member, man. That shit was goated. That's a good gacha game, and then it got really shit, but it was alright for its time.
That was a good gacha game, but then it got shit. Yeah.
Captain Parfy 2024.
That was a good game, but then it was not good.
All right. Next question. At Obsidian_Steed_. He asked, gentlemen, good to see you're back and healthy. My question is there a show/manga you've seen started off strong but got weaker as time progressed?
AOT.
Yeah, you know what? Banger answer.
Oh,
That's a
no,
banger.
but season 3 was so good though.
Yeah, but then it went poo.
I don't agree with that.
You know what, Knight? I stand with you, Knight. Me and you together, bud.
Yeah, I'm not fully on board with that answer.
I honestly haven't watched it,
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
All right, Flame, can I join your team? Can I join your team, please? Man?
I mean, Death Note's a pretty good answer for this one.
Death Note's a great answer. I would agree with you 100%.
yeah. Toriko.
Hey, relax.
I didn't see that shit.
Relax.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
like, man.
I don't think of like TV shows as well. I mean, Game of Thrones probably.
Yeah.
Is there any mangi?
Oh, let me cook for 1 second.
All right, you keep cooking, old man. And, you know, get to it.
He's stirring. Yeah, I was about to say. I was literally about to say that word for
These
word.
guys, man, they're fucking one of the same. You know, how cute. You know, I'm gonna round it back around. I think AOT.
Let's go.
I do think the story of AOT fell off, like pretty hard. I'm gonna see
Naruto Shippuden.
Damn,
yeah.
That's a shout. That's a good shout.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I got one for
Here we go.
the newer age series.
He's cooking.
JJK.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, you might be onto something there. I think.
Oh, My Hero.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, that's dude. That shit is garbage. I don't know how anyone watches that shit.
That shit
Yeah, that
ass.
shit sucks.
That shit bulky.
It's stinky.
I hear so many weird things about that. Like, I hear people saying where it's up to right now is ass. Then I hear people saying like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what's
It's
going
crazy,
on.
but it's ass.
It's crazy ass, dude. You know what I'm saying? Night 2024. It's crazy, but it's ass.
Put that on a shirt.
I'm done.
Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, sorry. And then he had more to it. Hope Knight completed his gym goal being built like Yujiro Hanma from Baki. Got some names I need him to pay a visit to. How you going, Knight?
My way. Yeah, I mean, I'm still working on it, but
We'll get 2025. We'll get those names erased. You know what I'm saying? Don't stress about that. Next question from Divine Fox. They asked 2 questions. First question was, what was your first job and where are you today? And the second question was, have you ever thought of selling merch? I'll answer the second question. I don't think we have, and I don't think it'd be that good of an idea. I mean, it'd be a cool idea, but I don't think it would really sell. So
yeah,
if we did GGP beanies or GGP hats,
yeah, I think a hat. You know what? Let's talk about hats. Actually, that's a really good idea. Let's talk later. We'll talk hats later. I'll make one just for wearing one. That's it. Yeah,
just for the sake of it.
Just for the sake of it. You know, we'll talk
exclusive GGP one of one hat.
Yeah, one of one hat. You know, we'll talk shop later. That's actually a really, really good idea, Todd. All right, that's why you're the content guy. But, what was your first job and where are you today? Flame, first job and where are you today?
My first job ever was a few months after I graduated high school. I was 17, and I worked at this place called Models. It's a sporting goods store. I think for the most part they're shut down now. But but yeah, I worked there for a year and a few months, and then I started college.
Yep.
But right now I work at a financial institution and I am a supervisor.
He's selling stocks. He's selling people Roth IRA bullshit pipe dreams. That's what he's doing.
Hey man, I convinced some dude to close his Chase accounts down and brought $1 million to our bank. So
Yeah, man. How much do you get out of that? Nothing. That's what I thought.
nothing.
Exactly.
I got an email. I got an email.
You got an email saying, "Hey, thanks."
I got it.
Thanks,
I got
Flame.
an email from the peanut gallery saying, "Wow, great job,
Yeah,
Eric."
great job. Hey, shut the fuck
You get a
up.
crisp high five.
Yeah, you got a kudos. You got a kudos on Teams. Someone sent you an award on Teams. You know, like, hey, good job, buddy. Like, fuck off. Knight, what about you? First job and what you're currently doing now?
Like my first job was like at my school's library.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just basically put in data and I just sat on my ass all day. I was pretty much playing.
Your man was playing
Treasure Cruise
TM,
and
dude.
shit.
That's why he loves TM so much, because it passes the time in the damn library, dude.
True.
Speaking of Treasure Cruise, I would sneak into the bathroom at my first job
I
during
remember
Turtle
this.
Times. Yep,
Yes.
and I was bodying those.
I gotta grind out them turtles, right? They ain't gonna come easy. And what are you doing now,
God.
Knight?
Yeah, right now I'm working at the FedEx. Just you know,
Working at the feds.
hoping you guys
What
get your
fuck?
yeah.
Hey yo,
He's an op. He's an op. Yeah, he works
You know
at
what they
FedEx.
say.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, what do they say? Sorry, okay, what do they say?
what do they say?
You know what they say?
What did I say? Get the gums out.
Okay,
Go
that's
fast.
poor. That's
Okay.
poor. That's poor from you. I expect big things from you. That's very poor. That's very poor. Tom, what about you, mate? First job? Well, I mean, what are you doing now? I suppose.
My first job. I used to. I know if you guys have ever seen it before, where you go down like a road or a highway, and then there's like signs on the side of a
You were a
road
lollipop
telling you like,
lady.
like no, not like that. But these signs that are selling like, oh, you can come into this truck stop area and like there's a fruit stall there, or there's like a food
yeah.
stall set up. So I used to work at one of those. I had a family friend that owned like a business where he used to go like into the country throughout the week, pick up all of the stock, and then on weekends he would drive out to these like really busy highways set up on the side of the road and
Mhm.
just sell the stock. And because he was a relatively old guy, so he needed someone to help. And eventually he like gave up doing the work and then he got his family to do it. And I used to do that. I did it for years actually. It was really good because it was like cash in hand kind of job.
Mm-hmm.
And being 14, 15 years old, making like $200 a week was pretty good.
Hell yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was good payment back in high school for sure. And so especially when we're like in high school, we're all getting into Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and like I could always buy the new cards and stuff, and I was beating everyone up. So that was
there.
that was always good.
Love that.
And now I sit on my butt and play games.
Now he does what Knight did in his first
yeah.
job. He basically does data entry and plays Treasure Cruise.
Yeah, in a way.
In a way, yeah. My first job, I worked at an ice cream shop for about 3.5 years? I was scooping cones. And now
How was that job, by the way?
I was sick because it was.
I bet it was.
It was a good job because first of all, like we basically were one of the first stores in like this really what is now this like super popular street in Canberra, like our city. We were one of the so we like saw the entire infrastructure. We got to go to all like the restaurant openings. We were part of the whole history of that kind of place. Secondly, like the guy who made ice cream, he's unfortunately passed away now.
Oh.
I mean, fuck him. His family was shit people, you know.
Yeah.
But he was so good at what he did. Like the ice cream he made was uncannily, like it was just disgustingly good.
Was it like one of these jobs? Like, how long did you work there for?
3.5 years.
Okay, and was it like only during summertime, or was it all the time?
No, it was the whole year round. But obviously shifts got cut less during winter, and then one time the reason why I quit was she called me to say, "Oh, I've cut your shifts in half," and I was like, "Why?" She's like, "Oh, there's just not a lot of people coming in right now." And I was like, "Oh, but like that's kind of shitty because now I'm gonna make less money." And she's like, "Oh, well, too bad." And I said, "Okay, well, I quit." I told her on the phone. And she's like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, I quit right now." And she was like, and I was like, "Oh, I'm happy to come in and like finish my shifts for the week." She's like, "No, don't come in." I'm like, "Okay, cool, see you later." And then I ended up getting a job getting a restaurant job, like a server job there. But now I am a senior system analyst for the Microsoft M365 Power Platform stack. That's a bunch of jargon to say like I know about Microsoft software, particularly Power BI. That's That's the crux of it.
Okay, Bill Gates.
Yeah, I know, bro. I fucking wish, man. Jesus Christ, man. This
Wish-
Microsoft don't make so much fucking money, dude. Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I do now. Cool.
Very good.
Next question
Very good.
from Alex. Alexander Wisniewski. He asks, "What is your biggest goal for 2024?" You guys goal setters? You guys resolution people?
I am not good at goal setting. I just kind of
I just do it.
I'm in the motions.
I respect that.
Just
I
keep
respect
going.
that.
I just survive.
Love that.
So that's a funny question because this is actually the first year
Yeah,
of my life
really? I'm proud
that
of you.
I've ever set goals.
I'm proud of you.
I've set 7 goals for myself this
Love
year.
that.
Yeah.
Go
Yes,
for-
sir.
What's the one that you want to achieve the most, I suppose?
Well, the one that I want to achieve the most, which is what I've been like going super hard for the beginning of the years, I'm trying to hit my, I guess, preferred body weight
Yep.
/
Yep.
muscle mass.
Yep.
Yep.
So I completely changed my diet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm eating like healthier. I'm actually like tracking shit like on some
Yep.
crazy shit.
No, good.
Yeah, I'm trying to eat more like
Mhm.
better things.
Mhm.
I've been working out, doing different types of workouts
Mhm.
and stuff. And it's really nice. It's because like over like the last couple of months, like I was eating like kind of like shitty. So like I was like feeling bloated and stuff, but I'm liking how I'm going right now. And something that's helped me along the way is I actually have a buddy who is not doing the same exact thing I am, but he's like trying to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
So he's also using the app and stuff, but it's like I don't know, it's like it's nice to have someone doing it with you because now
100%.
like I have like somebody to talk to it about, and then like I feel like if I stop, like I'll be like, oh shit, he's gonna be disappointed in me
Yeah,
if I stop.
absolutely.
So like, I gotta keep going.
No,
So
dope.
yeah, that's my goal. And I'll keep y'all updated.
Good.
A couple months.
I want to be updated. Very good. Knight, what's your goal for this year?
Yeah, it's sort of like Flame. This is like the first year I actually put down like some stuff. Like a lot of them are like kind of bullshit shit. Like
What do you
eat
mean?
like a couple of days. They're like super like minor things, but it's just
Yeah,
like
but that's
stuff that I wanna do.
that's
But
good.
yeah,
That's good though. I think that's way.
yeah.
I want to become a billionaire. It's, all right, buddy.
Not like that.
You know what I mean? Like,
Baby
all right,
steps.
buddy. You know, relax. Like, I want to get a good job. I want to, that's it's important to have those minor steps because it helps. It definitely helps going forward. So yeah, good. What's your big one though?
Yeah, I guess my big one is just like working in the field that I went to school for. Yeah, so I'm finally making like those steps towards like doing that shit this year.
Absolutely.
So I'm
Dope.
looking forward to hopefully doing it at least halfway through the year. That's like my goal.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Surely, Todd, you have something. Surely it's like 100K this year.
I mean, that would be hella nice. Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to stream more this year.
Yep.
That's something that I want to do. So whether it be even something minor, but usually I only stream when big things are happening in Treasure Cruise.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I still play other shit. I do other shit aside from play Treasure Cruise. So a lot of the times I have like this ideology in my head that like people don't really care about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if I just put that aside, just say just do it.
Just do it.
Just if I'm gonna do something, if I'm gonna sit at my computer and play a game, why not just stream
Why not
it?
stream it? That's a really good mentality. Absolutely.
So I want to stream more this year, and Carissa and I are still working on our weight goal
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Because we've been doing it since last year.
Yep.
Since I arrived in the US, we had like a bit of a slump, and we've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
going out a lot and
Yeah.
hanging out and going to restaurants and eat not really eating unhealthily because we've still been like conscious, but we've been eating better. But we want to get a bit more strict on it. We've been especially lately the last like couple weeks, we're buying better food and lots of home cooking.
Good.
Like rice and chicken,
Yep.
the typical stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're just it's hard for us at the moment because we can't really do like we can't go outside and go for our normal walks that we go to because it's snowing and it's freezing outside. So that's been a little bit hard. So we've been talking about going to a local gym,
Yeah,
getting
for
all that
sure.
organized. So yeah, that's definitely still on the cards that we want to deal with this year. And in September we've got our wedding, so the actual ceremony. We're already married, but the formal ceremony. So that's
Yeah.
obviously another big goal that we want to organize that, get that sorted, and get that done this year as well.
Of that, good
Yep.
eats. For me, I think it's a weight one. I want to get. I'm not against saying it. I want to get to below 100 kilos. That's my big goal. But obviously, like, saving up money still. I want to do more. I want to walk more steps than I did last year. So last year I ended up doing 3,022,640 steps. So I want to try to do more than 3 million this year. But then, like, I have like more like mental things. Like I want to pick up therapy again. Be more in the present. Find the silver linings in every situation. Take opportunities when they present themselves. Talk less and speak more. I mean, it doesn't really bode well for this podcast, but I mean, no, like I think like I've kind of like last year my goals were very like numbers, like do this and invest this, but it's like this year it's very much more like, it's more like just like abstract, like just be better about things and enjoy life a lot more. So that's my goals for sure. All right, next question. Good. At Sparta 30, they ask, when is Wano going to end in OPTC? Anime is clearly over a month away from Wano. I think it's stopped Wano a month ago. Never.
No, it's never ending.
Yeah, Jamung. Next question. At Wow Dejuju or Mr. J, who's also in our alliance now, he asks, when will the Wano gems replace the rainbow gems as in-game currency? I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked if they added another premium currency to Trader Cruise at some point. I would not be shocked. A lot of Gacha games do it, but I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever. Second last question from Wankafella. Pause. Happy New Year's, boys. Now that we're into a new year and a new arc, what are you guys? There you go. What are you guys' New Year's resolutions and what are you guys looking to accomplish? You can refer to the previous section.
Yeah, we got that.
Yep. As for the OPTC side of things, and now that we've had the time to soak in the new celebration, how would you say this year's celebration compared to previous years? I think last year's new celebration was better than this one in terms of characters.
It's interesting because basically since Roger Oden, we've had like the same celebration. That's basically like in terms of events.
Point. Yeah.
But it's like the level of characters. And I will say last year's was really hype because not only did we get good New Year's characters, we also got 6+ Roger and 6++ Uta.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point.
But this year we did get Exchange Ace.
We got Law, dude. We got Law, dude.
We got Law, bro.
Let's go. We got Law. No, I think this is probably like this. I mean, to be honest with you, it still was a really, really good New Year's celebration. Either way, like it's always going to be. But you're right. Like Todd's right in saying like the unfortunate part is that the celebration is not on the merits of the content that releases because the content's the exact same. Blitz, TM, Rumble, Kizuna, like it's the exact same format every celebration going forward. But
yeah, in
terms of characters, these characters are absolutely broken. But I think last year's characters were like, I think we mentioned it earlier on. Robin brought a whole new buff. Nami brought a plethora of new kit stuff, and he had a versus legend, which I think that was like the first versus legend in like 3 years or 2 years, right?
Quite a long time.
So like I think that was also really hyped. I was like, holy fuck, a versus character, like what the hell, we haven't seen that in ages, like so yeah, I think last year's was a bit better than this year's for sure. All right, final question, and obviously Cody Cswins 8214, he asks, welcome back gents, hope everyone had a great holiday season. Spoiler warning for the manga. All right everyone, spoiler warning. But wondering everyone's thoughts about the latest Kuma flashback and Bonnie revelations. I don't think we'll delve into it too much because we'll naturally talk about that in episode 108, where we'll probably talk a lot of like what's happened in One Piece. But I guess like quick thoughts. What's everyone's thoughts on the flashback and everything?
It's so good.
It's amazing. Peak. Oda is so far into his bag that he can't get out. Like, you know what I mean? Like he keeps going deeper and deeper.
Just like how he's in the bag and we're in the pocket.
We stay in the pocket, gums out, pocketed.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? Like, that's how it's meant to be. 2024.
But it's so good because it just adds so much context to everything that we've experienced
so
beforehand.
much context. Like, it's fucked how, like, you're like, oh, so that's why all of this happened. Like, that's why this occurred. That's why this happened. That's why they said this. That's why they were there. Like, all those elements, like, being wrapped up with a nice bow is like, damn, okay, fair enough, you know?
Well, the real question is will he make it out?
I don't think so.
The K-Man?
I don't think K-Man's making it out.
He's going with the G-Man.
The G's always going with the G-Man. Shout out G-Man. If people remember G-Man, bring him home. Where is he?
He's gonna end up wrapped up in the web.
Oh, I like that.
Mm.
Yeah, but he's the only fly that gets wrapped up. I think everyone else escapes. All the other flies they dip out of there.
Yeah.
But also, like, there's a little bit of a buster going on. You know, like, which is a bit scary. Robin's like, fuck me again. It's like, damn, a third time, bitch. Also, I want to give a shout out to the actual hero of this arc being Frankie. Fucking goat. Frankie.
Yeah, that was.
You get a radical beam. You get a radical beam.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep shooting. And I started blasting. You know what I mean? Like, I started blasting. I didn't give a fuck who put. Frankie pulled out the toolie and just started popping. He didn't give a damn who was in front of him. Ops, feds, Mandem.
Yeah,
like, he's like,
you don't give a fuck.
I mean, but then K-Man was like, all right, let's see how much. All right, pussy boy. Like,
I can't wait to see it animated. It's gonna be so sick.
It's gonna be so sick, without a doubt. I think that's it, really. We'll talk more in 108, like the next GGP out, where we'll discuss probably discuss in at nauseum, to be honest with you, going forward there. But unfortunately, I don't have much to bring to the table lately with regards to questions. Much love as always, your boy Cody in Canada. Thank you, Cody, for the question
Cody.
as always, and thank you guys. That was it. We're done. Episode 107. You got a nice little 2.5 hour start to your GGP year. I want to give a quick preface to everyone. We haven't discussed it amongst ourselves, but I will be away towards the end of Feb to mid-March. I'll be off in Japan, so I will not. Shit. I don't know what the boys are gonna do. But you know, we'll obviously keep you guys posted in regards to if we take a mini break, or if, you know, the gang, the crew continues going and records an ep without me. Either way, happy to go with it, but we'll discuss that. And we'll keep you guys updated for sure. But that's it. Episode 107 in the books. As per usual, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Comment night. What are they commenting today?
They're commenting. Good job, Poppy.
Okay, good job, Poppy. In the comment section down below, if you made it this far. I think I will say, like, honestly, like, I don't think we're not really numbers focused as a podcast, but I think, like, if we hit 3,000 subs this year, that'd be really fucking dope as a mini goal for ourselves, because we're kind of teetering 400 subs away, so it's definitely achievable. But I think we're just happy just producing the best show we possibly can, for the people that continue to support us. But whilst you're in the description there, make sure you go to the link that is linktr.ee/perfect. You can find all of the socials, that being the Twitter at GGP Podcast. You can find us on anchor.fm/perfect, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts as well. Whilst you're down in the description, you can go find all of our socials. Knight, Flame, myself, and Todd. Make sure you go down there, follow, like, sub, gift, I don't know, do all that kind of stuff. You just make sure you're supporting the gang, you're supporting the Mandem. But with that being said, I've been Captain Puppy, Flame, Knight, and Todd. Thank you guys for listening to episode 90 next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.